Stormgate Press presents a collection of 7 new short stories from today's leading authors and illustrators in the new pulp genre. Experience courageous two-fisted heroes and their intrepid and often dangerous exploits. From dark, watery depths to high-flying heights, these fantastic tales span the globe and take the reader on fast-paced adventures in classic pulp style. Take a seat as we pull back the curtain on days gone by with edge-of-your-seat storytelling in the vein of Golden Age era pulp fiction. This is Pulp Reality. Available now from Stormgate Press on Amazon.com. From author Brian K. Morris comes a tale of irreverent holiday horror, told with much inappropriate humor. Dr. Victor Frankenstein creates the spirit of giving himself. Ho, ho, ho! Santa-Stein, or the post-holiday Prometheus. Available at Amazon.com. Get your copy today.
Now comes the part where we throw our heads back and laugh. Ready?
Ready!
Welcome to Nevermind the Furthermore with your host, Brian K. Morris, independent publisher, freelance hybrid author, award-winning playwright, and former mortician's assistant. Beware. Beware. That might not be a phone jingling in your pocket. Join the Nevermorians for morning mischief and madness at 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 Central. Your sense of humor is the only thing you need to wear.
Hi, how the heck are you? Hope you had a great weekend, everyone. Welcome to Nevermind the Furthermore, starting another week. It's December 7th, 2020, the 79th anniversary of the attack on Pearl Harbor, so let's never forget, right? Anyway, folks, glad you're here. Whether you're watching us live and can interact with us or you're watching us on the repeat, we love you just the same. Thank you very much. Please, when you watch this, please like this video, whether you see it on YouTube or on Facebook, and share it out if you would. All right, let's get some other people involved in here and see all the cool people who you hang around with. So anyway, thank you for watching. If you're watching us on Facebook, please, like I said, please give the video a like if you enjoy it. Also, please put a like on the page you're watching it on, whether it's Rising Tide Publications or Indie Vent. All right. And if you're watching us on YouTube, thank you so much for being part of our rather astonishing rise for our YouTube numbers. We're grateful for each and every one of you and the increased viewership. Please, while you're there, if you, like I said, if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you would please take a moment to please subscribe to the channel you're watching it on, whether it's the Brian K. Morris Rising Tide Publications page or Geek Insider on YouTube. Please also subscribe and ring that bell so you'll be notified of any sort of future appearances we make. This show, as always, as you saw, was brought to you by Plasma Fire Graphics. When the look of your book matters to you, check out what Jeffrey Hayes is doing, and it's some incredible work. In fact, all the spots that you saw at the top of the show were created by Jeffrey, and he's amazing. His rates are really reasonable. and he's a great guy to work with. So please check out plasmafiregraphics.com as well as their page on Facebook. And this show is powered by geekinsider.com. Please check out their amazing array of wonderful shows, and by Rising Tide Publications, because I said so. Anyway, the comments are on fire this morning. I can see. I haven't even opened them yet, and it's like everybody gets here early just to see how far behind they can get me, and I approve of that. Anyway, it gives me something to talk about. And anyway, hope you all have a great morning. Hope you had a great weekend too. Before I launch into the videos, please check out some videos we did this weekend. We did CromCon with Pops Van Zandt. Thank you, Pops, for having us on there. We really had a blast as always. And also, please check out, we did a book launch for T.L. Shively. Her brand new book is The Battle of Sleeping Lady. It's doing really well on Amazon, and we hope you'll catch it. We'll snag a copy for yourself. She's a great writer and a wonderful lady. We love her to death, love her family. And later on, we did a special episode of Nevermind the Furthermore, although it was more like Clever Title Pending, in that we interviewed Stephen Burks, who did the illustration for my story in Pulp Reality #1 that you also saw at the top of the show. That's also available on Amazon. Please check it out. All right. And this week we've got far less vigorous broadcast schedule, but we do want to remind everyone that this coming Saturday, Charles F. Millhouse and artist Candice Camilleri and I were supposed to be at Comics Cubed in Kokomo to have a book signing for Pulp Reality #1, but unfortunately, due to the My Sharona, Miley Cyrus, Peter pandemic, that won't be happening. But we will be going to Comics Cubed for future signings, and thank you to Sean D. Hilton for inviting us in the first place. It is a pleasure postponed, not done away with, and we hope that everyone there in Kokomo and the whole county there stay safe. All right, as always. And remember, folks, shameless plug, if you want to stay safe and look fashionable, we have a merchandise line now. Please check it out. We've got I believe the link is merch BKM. It's a bit.ly address. You'll see it below in the comments, and please check it out. We've got drinking mugs, we've got coffee mugs, we've got t-shirts, phone cases, and more stuff on the way. So please check it out. All right. So anyway, enough of me. I'm boring as hell. Let's talk about you exciting people. Well, the first exciting person is Grant Lankard. Glad to see you, Grant. Good morning, sir. Hello to you. And first thing I did was like the video so as not to get chastised by the all-powerful Sarah. Very wise, Grant. And if you're watching on, like I said, if you're watching on any platform, preferably YouTube, please give us a thumbs up if you like what you see. Because it helps with the algorithms. More of the interaction that we have, the more we show up in search arguments, which is part of the reason I think we got like a couple hundred new subscribers in 1 week, which is absolutely amazing to me. Thank you all who have subscribed and are supporting our channel and our endeavors. Let's see. Oh, I forgot to set it up for this morning. We need to get a. There we go. We got get a count for this morning. My videos. All right, and let's see. This is the stuff that. This is the boringest stuff. Hell crap. Okay, this is 411 subscribers. I'm grateful to say thank you very much for the influx of people we had over the weekend. And thank you, Cookie.
Welcome.
Thank you, darling.
Welcome.
She just brought. See, I told you I have merch. Told you. And we have it in like 3 or 4 different colors. So if you don't like light blue, we've got a dark blue, a purple, and a white, I believe. So whatever your pleasure. So anyway, yeah, definitely don't risk the wrath of the dark mistress, Sarah. Although there are many who would pay $20 an hour to do so. Anyway, thank you to everyone who subscribed, new subscribers over the weekend. Thank you so very much. And Grant's got extra coffee this morning, so the SAS meter might be in the red. You bring it on, brother. Because this show runs on sass and spite, so and homemade pumpkin spice coffee. Hey, folks, do you like pumpkin spice coffee? You know, there's this stuff that the grocery stores sell. It's called pumpkin spice, and And Cookie got the idea last fall, about a year ago, said, why are we paying extra for this stuff and going out to get it when we can make it at home? And I'm like, you're a genius, darling. And so a couple taps of regular pumpkin spice, like you would add to raw pumpkin, to create the pumpkin-y goodness that we celebrate frequently. But you add this and you mix it with the grounds, because otherwise the pumpkin spice turns into like a concrete level sludge that may jam up your coffee maker. So, but anyway, this stuff is great. So anyway, good for you, Grant. You have prepped. You've shown your inner Boy Scoutedness and got extra coffee. You may need it. Alcohol may be necessary too. And morning, Grant, from Mr. Karl Witsman. Glad to see you here, sir, on YouTube. And Carly, mwah to you, my darling. And yes, says Karl Witsman, I just like to. Nobody wants to be on the Dark Mistress's bad side. She doesn't have a bad side. I've seen her sides. They're all good. Anyway, Joe Dog McKeel, howsy to you too, my friend. Joe Dog McKeel, Thursday nights at 9 p.m., Saturday nights at 11. Check out Stupid O'Clock on Facebook. It's got its own page on Facebook. It also has its own page on YouTube. Please check it out. It's a great conversation show. I love that show. I couldn't make Saturdays. I just crashed on Saturday after all the broadcasting I did. But anyway, it's always a good show. It's even good on the reruns. And Karl Witsman, hey, Carly and Joe Dog, and he is late. Who is late? I am not late. I hit, according to the timer on StreamYard, I was actually like 1 second early. So there, Joe Dog. We're going by my clock, and says Karl Witsman. He mocks me with his laughter. Said, no, he's right on B time. Brian time. That's right. It's like hammer time. But later. But anyway, nope, he still made it by 9 a.m., says Carl. Yes, 9 a.m. Central, 10 a.m. Eastern. And so is the YouTube notification. Okay, now the YouTube notification I have no control over. But generally it tends to happen I've noticed when it's working about a half hour before, and whereas Facebook only gives you 20 minutes warning. Another reason to follow me on YouTube. And still waiting for my second notification on YouTube. That's how my hands, Carl. I'm sorry, brother. And hi, Carl, says Grant Lankard. Everyone showed up at the same time. Yeah, and hi, Carly. And Christian Basil, the one, the only. Arise, Monday Morris Monster. Arise and float us on that journey to the place we rest our laurels for the... Wait, how many days till Christmas? Arise, Morris Monster. Uber my happy. Oh my gosh, I hope it's happy. I've never checked it out personally, but my happy ass to the damn mall. I need a good deal on futons. Do they even make that crap anymore? Let's move M&Ms. I need gift cards like yesterday. Hey, I love gift cards. I really do. Christian Basil, we are so happy to have you here. And this guy's got some cool stuff going on too. In fact, he's part of this family here on Geek Insider and hanging with Web.
This is the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Subscribe to us wherever you listen to your favorite podcast. Also catch us on the HWWS Web TV YouTube channel. Subscribe today and become part of the legend.
So get your happy ass over to the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. Huh? You can become part of the legend. Watch the show. Check it out. Christian has some great interviews, some amazing guests. He's had a couple doctors. He's had Katie Manning on. I would close out my show for that. It's like, I don't see how I could top anything like that. But anyway, he's got some incredible guests and some wonderful conversations. So if you love all things Who or anything Who, even Cindy Lou Who, although it's illegal in several states, check out Legend of Traveling TARDIS and hashtag you become part of the legend too. It's on Facebook and on YouTube. And anyway, we're glad you're here, Christian. We love you, man. And Grant Lankard says, hi, Joe. Hi, Christian. And Michaela J says, morning from my bedroom. Ooh, off to a late start. Jow is, everyone. Well, I am wonderful. Why am I trying to think I'm going to slip into Ricky Ricardo accent here? But no, I'm doing great. I'm having a good morning. Off to a late start personally, although the show started on time. I don't care what Carl says. I frequently don't. No, I frequently don't care what a lot of people say. I do care about Carl's opinion, though. But anyway, no, we're having a good weekend. I hope you did too, Michaela. I really do. And please, as always, folks, promote yourself. Put your links in, and let's get some. Let's talk about how wonderful you are, Carl. Let's talk about the Mad Gasser, Carlene, or yeah, we'll talk about your incredible books. And Grant, I know you've got something to promote, brother. Don't wait for me to tell you. And talk about promoting. Let's talk about Reels and Heels, 2:15 p.m. Eastern every Saturday, and this weekend will be no exception. Brian Wentzoff, good to see you. I forgot to upload your video. I will get that done. I am sorry, man. I've got a video we're going to add to the final rotation of the show. And by the way, stick around after the show signs off because we run some videos from some of our friends. So, and Brian is definitely one of them. And he was also on our nighttime show, Clever Title Pending, a few weeks ago. Please check it out. He and Nicole Jobin are a fun couple, and they were absolutely amazing on that show. You can learn a lot about broadcasting and other things from watching that episode of Clever Title Pending. And our next episode will be tomorrow night, and we're going to have Ted Davies back on. Ted Davies, who's a frequent guest here. He is a prolific broadcaster, a prolific artist, and a fantastic interviewer. Great guy. Love him to death. And he sells coffee and jalapeno jelly. You think I'm joking, but he does. He's quite the entrepreneur. So if you want to learn more about alternate forms of financing what you love to do in creativity and how to find your voice in different paths of creativity, check out tomorrow's night show. That's going to be 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central. Clever Title Pending. Please tell your friends. And morning, Michaela, says Karl Witsman. And good morning. And hi, Michaela, says Grant. Hey, Grant, says Christian Basil. Wrong tone of voice. And Teresa Dunn. Good morning, Brian. And furthermore, good morning to you, Teresa Dunn. And Teresa's got a brand new book, Poetry Expressions 2, that just came out. It's even better than number 1. So check it out and buy several copies. And I think a few people are having a late morning. I see a couple regulars missing. It's Monday, and the weather's starting to change. And I'm looking outside and I'm seeing frost on the cars and it's kind of gray out there. And it's like, ooh. So anyway, it's the right time of year for it. But anyway, we've got good numbers this morning. We thank everyone who is showing up here. We appreciate everyone that's watching on Facebook or YouTube. And we actually have more people. Well, actually, right now we have the same number of people watching me on my profile page and my YouTube page. And most of the time lately, it's been more people on the YouTube page, which makes me happy. And good morning, all. There is the genius behind Pulp Reality #1, Charles F. Millhouse. And thank you again for letting me close out the launch party on Saturday for that. I had a blast. It was so cool meeting my illustrator, although it was like virtual like this. Stephen Burks is a crazy talented guy. Loved seeing his studio. It's a lot neater in my broadcast room, that's for damn sure. But no, what a terrific guy. And if you want to learn more about illustration and painting and entrepreneurship in your creativity, check out last Saturday's broadcast that I did for Charles. It's on my YouTube page, and we'll be classifying it later. It'll go into a playlist later today. But it was a really good show, and we actually stayed and talked to each other for about an hour afterwards, and it's probably not the last time he and I are going to be working together. And Michaela J says, morning, Carl, morning, Grant, and Brian Wentzoff and Willow Schuyler, mwah to you both. Thank you for sharing this video. It is so very much appreciated. I appreciate it. And Willow Schuyler, who I hope we'll get some comments from soon, she's got her own show, Willow's Pillow Talk, on the Hanging with Web network. Please check it out along with their other fantastic shows. And thank you to Willow for including me in your promotion. Hope Garrett doesn't mind. It's like, what's he doing here? What's Brian doing here? Good Lord, he's not part of the network. Anyway, thank you very much, Willow. Thank you, Brian. Appreciate you both greatly. And Christian Basil says, morning all, hoping the Dark Mistress is feeling better. Well, I hope so too. Yeah, the Dark Mistress has contracted a virus. Not that one. She is staying safe. She's a smart lady, which is why she's only got the cold right now. But no, we hope Sarah gets better. We really do. We don't want any of you getting sick. We need all our people. And by the way, poopery don't work. There's many a time, Joe Dog, when I think I should be sprayed with poopery before I go on the air. Well, I'm glad you road tested it. Now, are you going to be filming? Did you film this test for YouTube maybe later? This is the sort of content that people do. That somebody out there is probably craving, and God help us all that they exist. But no. And Michaela, from your bedroom. Hashtag under the sheets. That was for you, Sarah. That should get Christian Basil going. And Jeffrey Hayes, good Monday morning, all. Hope you have a great start to the week. PlasmaFireGraphics.com. Check out that guy there. He is so incredibly talented. Like I said, I think all of the book promos that we have run on this show, we're probably up to about a dozen now. And some I'm taking out of rotation. Some will be mine that I made a couple years ago for my books, and they're not horrible. But Jeffrey came in and did some, and they're like, I'm just knocked out by him. In fact, let's run one right now while I have a bit of coffee. And this one's for you. This is for you, Jim Beard. This is a great series, Sergeant Janice. I love this book series. It's really good, and it's available on Amazon. And Jim's recently redone all the first two books and released a third. You need to check them out, and because you're going to get enticed by Plasma Fire Studios, who did this video.
Go thee to thy rest, O Shades. Thou hast served well in life. Now take thy reward.
Yeah, I'm sure Jim Beard would appreciate if I didn't block where you could get his book. But anyway, that is movie studio quality for independent creator prices. Contact PlasmaFireGraphics.com and see what he can do for you. And it's more than just book and comic book trailers. He also does covers. He does all kinds of related design work, and he does it at independent creator prices. So check out PlasmaFireGraphics.com. Also, their page on Facebook, when the look of your book matters to you. And you're not supposed to drink it, Joe. See, where were you when he needed you? And there she is, the charming, the delightful, Kelly Austin. Kelly, good morning to you. So glad you're here. And Kelly was part of our special Clever Tile Pending last week with Charles F. Millhouse, Bobby Nash, Rick Bradley, and myself. We had a wonderful talk about this brand new magazine, and she is part of it, and we love her. Morning, everyone. Many salutations to you this morning. Brian, the good news is that my face is fully healing, and I no longer look like The Walking Dead. You were so beautiful, darling. I managed to write 3,000 words also last night. The bad news is that I didn't sleep 1 minute of night, and my face now looks like Charles slapped me silly. Charles is a tough editor. You say one nasty thing about the Oxford comma, and he's on you like a puma. You know what I'm saying? But no, Kelly had an unfortunate encounter with an open door in her kitchen, and yeah, that's what they all say. Yeah, I slipped and fell. It's Charles. He needs an alibi. But no, he's a rough editor. But anyway, no, he's not. He really isn't. But anyway, no, Kelly had an unfortunate encounter with a cabinet door in her kitchen and wound up attacking it with her face. But the cabinet won, unfortunately. But no, she still came on and did the show. What a trooper. What a bleeping trooper. And she was funny and naughty like the rest of us. So please check out Clever Tile Pending last week for Pulp Reality #1 launch. It was kind of funny because we were launching a magazine that had been out for 2 weeks because everyone demanded it's Pulp Reality, and they said, we want it now. Don't make us wait. And so Charles, being the obliging sort, released it early. But Kelly's an amazing writer, an amazing person. And Kelly, we're glad you're here, and we're glad you're healing. You didn't look bad. Your lighting kind of made you look a little purple. I was worried you were going to snap your fingers and half of my guest list would disappear. But no, we're glad you're healing, hon. We want progress reports, and we'll have you back on when you're healed. Okay, Grant Lankard, I don't want to know the story behind why poopery doesn't work. Well, apparently it doesn't taste good on ice cream. It sounds like. So anyway, Eric Hawkins. Good morning, all. Good morning to you. Good talking to you the other night. And Eric is no longer going to be saying "Hey, boomer" to me. This is a momentous Saturday. But anyway, Eric, we're glad you're here. We're hoping you're doing well. The Zombieful World of Oz. Look out for issue 3. It's going to come soon. Not soon enough, though. I followed the instructions, said Joe Dog McGill. Now it smells like I took a perfume shot. And who among us hasn't done that, Joe Dog? I'm telling you now. But yeah, I've never tested it out. It's usually just Cookie and me around here, and we're used to each other. You know what I'm saying? So we're sorry your poopery did not work. Maybe you didn't add enough. Is it like a bottle every time? Well, I don't remember. Anyway, the Eric Hawkins has arrived. He is heralded by the Dark Pope of the Dark Church of the Rising Tide, Mr. Karl Witsman. Thank you for that. And hi, Eric, says Grant Lankard. And Teresa Dunn says, now that Thanksgiving is over, here is something to be thankful for. My books, Poetry Expressions and Poetry Expressions 2, both would make great Christmas presents for a loved one, or a friend, or to turn a friend into a loved one. I think that's an option. Check them both out on Amazon.com under the name Teresa D. Dunn. There is another Teresa Dunn on there, but she is clearly an imposter. Check out Teresa D. Dunn, all right? And Michaela J. says, yes, Christian, and I may hop into the shower. Hashtag fun with Michaela. Well, we'll be expecting a live video report about that, Michaela. So if that happens, please tag me. And you'll understand if I cancel this show just to watch hers, okay? So anyway, we'll be looking forward to all of the soapy progress on that. And Too Late Grant says Joe Dog McKeel. Oops. Now we tell them, right? Anyway, and we got some cool people in the comments. I just got another comment dump here. And Brian Wensloff says, this Saturday on Reels and Heels, we'll be discussing famous vehicles from the big screen and small screen. We have a great roundtable of guests, so join us at 2:15 p.m. Eastern. There is the Facebook Reels and Heels official that you got to check out. And just let everybody know. And, it's funny because I canceled this Saturday because I was going to be at the signing, and now I will be on the week after. I will be on Reels and Heels on Saturday, December 19th, and we'll be talking about famous spaceships. And I'm already starting my list. So I'm looking forward to being on there, Brian. I really am. Thank you for having me. And Charles F. Millhouse is working on a new edit and cover for the 2015 Captain Hawkland and the Subterranean Empire Today, and so many other things. You and me both, brother. Yeah, I got a lot to do today too, but it's so good to be busy. It is so good to be busy. What are some of your favorite famous vehicles? Brian Wensloff, that is a great title. Everyone, please jump in on this. Let's give Brian a list. My first ones, right off the bat, Batmobile, the 1966 version, where everything is freaking labeled. I love that. And it has an anti-theft device that that involves bombs. I love this. My first one would be the Batmobile. Another one, and this is really obscure. Jerry Anderson, who did the classic shows like Thunderbirds and Fireball XL5, had a series that lasted like 2 or 3 years in the early 60s called Supercar. And Mike Mercury and his friends, they created, he was the pilot of a car that could drive on the road. It also had wings. It would extend its wings. It could fly into the air, even into outer space. And then it could also go underwater. It was like an all-environment vehicle. The thing is, it was clearly a kid's show, because I tried binge watching it a couple years ago, and I thought, this is the stupidest damn thing. I still love the car, and there was a good comic book put out by Goldkey of Supercar. That was pretty good, but the show doesn't hold up. Wait, between the time you're watching it when you're 7 and the time you're watching it when you're in your 60s, you know what I'm saying? It did not survive well. Fireball XL5 does, but that's another good vehicle too. But and of course Bessie. I had to say this for Christian Basil, Bessie, and the Who Mobile from Doctor Who. But anyway, I maybe I'll pop if I'm available, Brian. I may pop in on you. And Joe Dog says, "Sorry, you have nothing to apologize for, my friend." And I'm thinking about doing a parody of the song "Having My Baby," says Grant Lankard, but changing the lyrics to "Liking my video." What a way to say you love me. Whoa, what do you think, Brian? I say, Grant, make it happen, dude. I can't sing. I don't have a voice like Paul Anka's. Oh my God, what a voice! And what a great songwriter. But yeah, I say do it. I say do it. There's one guy, what was his name? Tyler Christopher, who does videos on YouTube about comics. He's part of Comicsgate, and he did like a song a couple of months ago, and I've seen it on other videos, and it wasn't half bad. I will give him that. But it was kind of fun, and maybe we all need to do more music ourselves. If I had a better voice, I would. But I did write song parodies back in college, and I say, Grant, do it. Do this thing, make it happen. And someone call and check on Brian. 2 more minutes and the links terminate. According to my view here, I'm broadcasting to Facebook. I really am, and people are seeing me. I am getting some comments like Cameron Christopher Payne. Good morning to you, sir. Hope you're having a great morning. Good to see you. Welcome to another week of Nevermind the Furthermore, and tomorrow night, clever title pending with the awesome Ted Davies. TedDaviesArtistry.com, Ted Davies Artistry on Facebook, Ted Davies Artistry in your hearts and minds. Okay? But anyway, Cameron, good to see you, man. Glad to have you here. And he's on now, Joe Dog. Try refreshing and stupid YouTube. Sorry. No, it's okay. And nice. Hey, we're either nice or we're naughty here. Rarely do many of us achieve both. Thanks, Karl. And no problem. The perils of live streams. And Karl Witsman starts an invocation to reanimate the Dark Mistress. And nicely done, says Christopher Payne. Thank you, sir. Thank you, my friend. Carly says, morning, Cookie.
Good morning.
Yeah, see, she said good morning back. And good morning, Brian. Hashtag bring Cookie home. Thank you, Teresa Dunn. I love you for that. And I love pumpkin spice everything. Brian Winslow, I am 1,000% in agreement with you, man. And, it just, it's one of those moments like with the coffee, or in our case, cafefe, you kind of like, you're sitting there going, duh, why didn't I think of that? Thank goodness the rocket scientist in the next room did. She thinks of all these things, and I'm just sitting there going, whoa, honey, that's smart. So, I don't know how she puts up with a dunce like me. But anyway, but she is, and I get coffee to show for it, pumpkin spice coffee. Ah, wonderful stuff. Oh, that's good. And I'm with Brian Winslow. I am with you. And the nice thing is, you can buy it like in the spice section of your grocery store. And we bought I think it's not that we use it in everything, but you need so little of it that I think our first jar lasted us several months. And we're probably a couple months away from having to replace this one. I may just go ahead and buy one just to have it. But we love pumpkin spice. We really do. And we love this time of year for that reason. And jam up the coffee maker? No way, Donna would explode. Yeah, seriously, it jams it up. Not that it makes it not function, but when this stuff turns into sludge and turns into wet cement, it doesn't flow through the grounds very easily, and so it creates kind of like a protective barrier that doesn't let the water go through as fast as it should, and so it winds up overflowing and creating a big honking mess. That's a scientific term. I learned that from NASA. Thank you, Joe Dog. And so one day I got the inspiration to just stir the grounds so that it's evenly distributed, and that works a charm. It really does. And you can do the same thing with cinnamon. Or probably nutmeg too.
Cinnamon is the culprit. Remember, it loves water and it turns into a sludge in your mouth.
Oh, that's true. That's what kills people. Yeah, yeah, it does. But it does work if you mix it really well. Cinnamon will work. Later today, I've got some ideas on doing vanilla. We have added like also liquid extracts to our coffee grounds. Pre-brewing, of course, like peppermint. Peppermint that's something we need to do again sometime.
Yeah.
Can you imagine that with coconut milk?
Oh.
I think Cookie just had that moment poets dedicate their lives to describing. If you hear squealing, you know it's her. Anyway, no, I didn't tie her to a tree. Anyway, yeah. Donna would explode. I would explode. I mean, I've got like 3 coffee makers. I need a Keurig right now. I got to get myself a Keurig because we killed the other one. Actually, what I should probably do is forget about the Keurig, honey, since we have that small pot.
Right.
And just open up those coffee grounds and mix them in what we got.
Yeah, probably.
Think that's a good idea?
I will have to see.
We'll talk about it. Anyway, here we go. Grant Langer says, Brian, you're almost at the point where you can start monetizing the channel. What are you going to do with all that extra money? Will you invite me to your private island? Grant, I would. I would want, actually, what I'm more like, since I do value my privacy, I'd probably buy you one right next, right across the way, a real quick yacht ride between us would probably suffice. And I'd get you a yacht. I don't want to put you out or nothing. So, yeah, I would. Yeah, I think we are about 40% of the way to monetization. Now, I do say, you see, for background, people that might not know or care, YouTube will allow you to monetize your videos in that you can have ads put on them. And we've got ads right now, so what the hell? And we'll have more, but not too many. I think I have some choice about how many would be on the show, and I don't think I would really be loading it up. But as it is, our views would qualify. I think our views now would qualify us for monetization. And thank you to everyone who watches the show regularly. Sincerely, we do thank you. But our goal is not monetization. But I'm finding out that a number of the benchmarks that we have made with our YouTube channel, again, it's nothing I've done. It's the Nevermorians. A lot of people don't reach it. A lot of people, somebody's telling me that a number of broadcasters never make it to 100 viewers. So we are very fortunate in that regard. And we are well over 400 right now. Let's see. Last time I checked, we were at 411. Has anyone bit? Yes, we are up to 412. Thank you to our new subscriber, whomever you may be. I do appreciate you. Thank you so much. But yeah, we are, we're inching our way towards it. It's not an all-consuming goal, but it's one of those things also that when we reach that level, we also then are providing value to you and to our advertisers like plasmafiregraphics.com and other people whose videos we show after the show. So maybe one of these times we'll just put together an ongoing montage of the people who sponsor this show. We'll just put that up on YouTube and see how many people dig it. But anyway, I've had worse ideas. But anyway, everyone's going, when? But no, we're 40% of the way there. But thank you for noticing, Grant. And hopefully we can do some more stuff for you guys if we can get more visibility, which is our main goal as far as getting numbers. So anyway, Trevor Hawkins, oh my gosh, the official painter of the Dark Church is here. Mwah! Trevor, love you, honey. And everybody's going, who's he blowing kisses to, this guy? Anyway, no, Trevor Hawkins and I are dear friends, and he's a great collaborator. He does covers like Volcana, Rebirth of the Champion, and of course the international bestseller, Santa Sign. And we're getting near the holidays. This would make quite the Christmas gift, people. You know what I'm saying? Please check it out. And also, don't forget, he also did this one. Isn't that gorgeous? Isn't that oh man, the Haunting Scripts of Bachelor's Grove. That cover has sold so many books. Believe me, the look of your book matters to you. So please, if you're getting into self-publishing, check your cover. I mean, one thing I don't want to cast shade on any particular person, but like I was watching quite a bit of CromCon 9 this weekend. Pop Sanzant did another incredible job, another incredible show on elevator pitching. And I got to do a 15-minute explanation of why it's important and how to do it. And thank you again, Pops, for having me. But, so many people, okay, give me your elevator pitch. And then 5 minutes later, they're still talking. And I saw so many people there. I shouldn't say so many people. So many people don't have the elevator pitch down. And if anyone wants to know what it is, just ask, and I'll give you a couple of really illustrative anecdotes. But I saw some covers that I wouldn't have gotten out of my chair to look at to find out what they were talking about. I saw some terrible logos that were murky and unclear. To me, a good logo should scream at you. You should be able to look at it from across the room and tell what it is. Like most of Captain America's logos have been great. Superman, the iconic Superman logo, or Batman, the majors know how to do logos, and you should emulate them, I think. And same way with books. You should be able to see them from across the room. So anyway, hello, Trevor Hawkins. Good morning to my friend. And hello, Mr. Hawk. Hey, Mr. Hawkins from Grant Lankard. And howdy, Grant. And there she is, the Dark Mistress. Mwah, morning. Hope you're feeling well, hon. I hope everything's going well for you this morning. We love you. We love them out of you, Sarah. We really do, and we're glad you're here. Now the party may begin. And morning, Sarah from Michaela Jade. And the invocation was success. Welcome, Sarah. And morning, Sarah, says Grant Lankard. And I like the video, Sarah. No, you need to yell at me. There we go. Yes, Grant was a good person, and he liked this video on YouTube. And in fact, I don't know how many people we have watching on YouTube. Or actually, no, I do. We have 11 people watching on YouTube at this one moment, and hopefully we have 11 likes on that video. More would be welcome. And Carl says, Carl didn't say the show was late. Joe's YouTube was stuck. Okay. I was unclear on that. Thank you for clearing it up, Carl. And thanks, good man, Grant. See, you have earned the love of the Dark Mistress. Carlene says, I liked and shared, Grant. Ooh, we like your kind of overachievement there. And there he is. And Rick Bradley and Brian Rodman, thank you for sharing this video. And there's a couple other people Facebook. See, I don't get notifications from Facebook. When I see the little thing flashing across my screen telling me that someone has shared my video, which it doesn't always do. Thank you to everyone who has shared this video. We're up to 6 people who shared it. Please, if you would, please share this video. Again, we're going to be putting some promotion in here, and we want people to see what your cool friends are doing. All right, such as John B. Pica. Good morning, Multiverse. Watching on mute this AM while we are finishing up the last week of open enrollment. Crazy times. Oh, that's right. I think it's only like a couple more days, isn't it? John, good luck. I hope you survive this ordeal, brother. JohnPica.com. Check out everything this guy does. And sounds like we've got somebody cutting a tree down out there. Cool. Anyway, or tearing down a house. I'm not sure I hear an engine just outside the studio here in Hoosiervania. And Brian Rodman, good morning, my fellow Brian and Nevermorians. I hope everyone's weekend went well. We hope yours did too, BrianRodman.com. And glad you're here, Brian. Also, check out the Dastardly Dingoes podcast. And Brian, I'll see you tomorrow night at 6:30, okay? He's being cryptic. Anyway, glad to see you, Brian, as always. But Brian continues, if you're looking to start out the week off right, after this lovely broadcast, head on over to bit.ly/DatsDingoes and join the shenanigans we've conjured up for you. This week's episode will be featuring the master of the TARDIS himself, the Christian Basil. We had such a great time recording that you don't want to miss it. That's the thing. These Brian and Jeremy Woodring do an amazing, fun podcast. I mean, if they ever invite you to be on it, you say yes. Don't even hesitate. You just tell these guys yes, because they make it fun. A lot of good information gets out there, and they do just such a great job. So please check them out. You check out the Dastardly Dingoes podcast. It'll make your day so much brighter. Ted Davies did the cover art for my soon-to-be available book, and it is gorgeous. Carlene, that is great. Now, folks, now I talk about networking all the time. And, I get people to say, well, how do I promote my book? How do I, make, things happen? And I said, start looking for your tribe. Start looking for your peeps. This show has brought people together, I'm glad to say. Eric Hawkins did Karl Witsman's book cover. Ted Davies is doing Carly Carlene's. If it were for making friends, which is really what networking is about, I think most of us have gotten a lot of perks from our friends, like the Beatles and Ringo saying, we get by with a little help from our friends. So that's the first step. If you want to get ahead in this life, start making some friends in the business. Oh man, I'm looking forward to seeing that. I am so looking forward to seeing that. Other Brian says Grant Lankard. Yeah, we have a surplus of Brian's this morning. Thank you for having me on Reels and Heels. Hopefully I did okay. It can be hard to get a word in with Ryan and Willow around. Oh, man. Yeah, sometimes it's the same with me, too. And especially when you run a show, a high-energy show. You've seen what Nick Tockert does, like on here, on Clever Title Pending, and on a recent episode of Stupid O'Clock. The man takes over. And it's one of those things I noticed myself doing it on Pops Van Zant's CromCon this weekend. There'd be a gap in the entertainment. I start reading the comments. I start saying, plugging things. It's like, and I'm like, Pops, I'm sorry. And he's like, no, go, keep going. It's like he could stop me. But anyway, I missed that show. I'm going to have to watch it. I usually do. I usually check it out. So anyway, Joe Dog McKeel says, Karl Witsman, I think YouTube was trying to save you all from me. Well, I don't want to be saved from you. I want you to attack me. Let me rephrase that, Joe. Let me go back and take another run at it. But anyway, Joe Dog's like, what? Anyway, Robert Beatty, good to see you, man. I got to film an episode of Slash's Graveyard Tales for the Eerie Late Night Monster Channel on Roku TV Friday. Had a blast. The episode airs December 18th at 8 p.m. 7 Central. Robert Beatty, that's fantastic. Hey, when that comes out, when you get a link to that, please put it on the Rising Tide publications page. Would you please? I want people to see what you've done. All right? Please. That's great, Robert. Hope you and the family are doing well. And haha, Joe says, this is Karl Witsman. Excuse me. The Eric Hawkins says, I watch on YouTube but have to go to Facebook to post links. Yeah, YouTube is not really wonderful. It's like Instagram in that regard, in that it's not really wonderful about being able to post links there. You can post them, but they don't become hyperlinks is the thing. You have to cut and paste pretty much and put it in your browser, your search argument. But yeah, well, hopefully YouTube will come around. But I think it's part of the thing, like with Facebook, that Facebook does allow links, but they don't want you to go. And, we've got like a bunch of links, as you see below, part of our backlinks that we do with Geek Insider and our various enterprises, that it does tamp down the ability of the show to be listed in a lot of news feeds. Now, the only way to counter that, okay, is to, this is why I'm perpetually whoring for viewers and for likes, and we all should be doing that. But the more likes we get, the more we show up. The more people show up, the livelier the show gets. It just helps us. It helps me. It helps our advertisers. It helps you. So it really, just a second to like this video does so much good. And we have gotten likes from, let's see, Jeffrey Hayes, Karl Witsman, Randy Zimmerman. Randy, we will be running your spot later today. He does the Sunday Funnies, and he does all kinds of really cool broadcasting with IndieVolt.com. And Teresa Dunn, thank you. Clyde Hall, good to see you. John B. Pica, Bill Sarton, good to see you. I know we'll be talking to you soon. And Roberto Gonzalez. Roberto, thank you we've noticed your name in here, and we appreciate your being here. We really do. We're glad you like the show. And we got some love from Brian Wenzel. Thank you, brother. And Brian Rosman, our assemblage of Bryans, is loving this show. And Cameron Christopher Payne, thank you, Cameron. I appreciate you greatly. And just now, Glenn B. Fleming has shown up. Glenn, and thank you for being here, and thank you for the reaction. I appreciate it. It does help us. It really does. Karl Witsman says, Grant, I didn't even recognize you on Reels. I need to rewatch that show. And Joe Dog says, Carly Carlene, it's way too late for that. And there she is, the charming, the delightful Willow Schuyler. Good morning, everyone. Willow's Pillow Talk. Check out that show. Plus, Willow is the the commander of all things informative with the Hanging with Web show network, and she's a delight. We love her, and it was good talking to you in the green room. I'm just sorry I couldn't stay longer, but had to go. And Grant Lankert says, Karl, I'm the quiet one with long hair and plaid. And thank you, Joe McKeel and Robert Beatty and the 8 other people that have shared the show. It is greatly appreciated. Thank you so much. Like they say on Facebook, please like, subscribe, and share. That you have no idea how that helps us all. It really does. And like I said, this way we get into more people. So, when we talk about Reels and Heels, more people get exposed to that show. More people will see Grant Lankert, who's trying to launch his comic book career. And Facebook just told me again, Joe Dog and Robert Bay, thank you guys. Thank you everyone for sharing the show. It does. I don't say enough how much I appreciate you all. I really don't. I should. But anyway, it will show up in more news feeds, and that way when Grant Lankert talks about his newsletter or Beowulf, his new comic book coming out, more people will be exposed to his message. When Ted Davies comes on and talks about TedDaviesArtistry.com, he will get more people to be tempted to, now they know about that this thing exists. So see, this is Brian, like it says in the introduction to Clever Tile Pending, Meredith Walker penned it. Brian knows what he's doing. He's trying to help you guys. And I'll watch for you, Grant. I will catch up on that show so I can see what you look like. So anyway, although I see the little image there, and at least I can see it here most of the time, it's like, you're just ones and zeros, kids. It's like, on my phone, you're this. I can't see it. I couldn't see it when my eyes were good. And speaking of links, need shirts, sweatshirts, leggings, and other weird items with the Eric Hawkins logo on them, check out Stone Doors Studios on Teespring. That's who's got my store. We're the Rising Tide shop. So anyway, check out Eric Hawkins. Get you some merchandise because it does help us. It really does. Again. And plus, Christmas is coming up. And if you dig what we do, and in my case, if you want to stay safe, in a blind testing of one person sitting alone in their bathroom, it has been conclusively found by me, who was the test subject, that this is the cure for COVID. I went in not knowing, but I felt safe going in. And now I know I don't have COVID. So this thing cures things. And this is a disclaimer. This does not replace any honest medical advice. And if you follow this as medical advice, we deny everything. You can't sue us, neener. Anyway, please check out Eric Hawkins' merch line. It's going to be cool. And Christian Basil, Dark Mistress, he bows to her. He genuflects. You see, it's in this setting, you genuflect, and also your screams for mercy will be considered confession, okay, and penance. Anyway, I'm the program director for Hanging with Web. I think it's fine to promote those who help promote our shows. Well, Willow, I'm glad to do it. You, Garrett, and Sage, I think the world of you guys. I love y'all, and I'm glad to do it. Plus, I think it's all part of my philosophy about us rising together, and I don't mind hanging on to your coattails. Or any other item, of apparel you may have, Willow. It's a treat. Anyway, Willow, I love you, and I'm proud to help. All right. And Christian Basil says, I hope you're feeling better, Sarah. And Russell Allen, Russ Explode Studios, ZenoNightTitan.com. Good morning, Nevermorians. Russell Allen, been loving your promotion for your Kickstarter campaign. Please put in a link and please check out what Night Titan is all about. It's a great science fiction story. You will like it. And Michaela Jade says, yep, from the bedroom, I rolled over and touched my phone with my boob and shared the video. How talented is that? Hooray for your talented nipples. I swear to God, most people don't have theirs trained. Apparently you do. Could you record a video of that for me? Because we could make an instructional video out of it, and I'll split the proceeds with what I get from Christian Basil for it, okay? Anyway, Sarah is sending her love to our altar boy, Christian. And Grant Lankert says, Brian, please don't murder me because your full interview isn't in the newsletter. I did not edit it down. I'm just breaking it down into 2 installments. Well, Grant, I am not mad at it in the least. And I like the fact that you are able to use it. I live to be exploited, Grant, and I wouldn't have done it if I didn't trust you with it. So yeah, if you think my name will bring you a couple more subscribers, and you feel free to use it, my man. And you did a good interview too, by the way. So I was proud to do it. So yeah, cut it up, man. Seriously, stretch it out. Do it. Make it sound naughty. Anyway, okay, Michaela, I'm officially stunned now, says Karl Witsman, as we all now are trying to envision this. All of us guys here are like, what did that look like? Anyway, and speaking of people I love, there's Kim Perry. Good morning. So glad to be able to get back on. Mwah. Kim, love you, hon. And Kim Perry is not only a darling friend, a wonderful cosplayer. Cookie and I love the hell out of her. Kim Perry is actually the best friend of a superheroine. Pick up this book, Volcana, Rebirth of the Champion. Kim Perry is actually a character in there. She's a character to begin with. I should talk. But anyway, she is Angelique Forge's best friend, and it's not the last time you will see Kim Perry or Angelique Forge. I promise you, it's gonna happen. We are going to be working on Volcana 2 seriously this year. We think we've got the story under control now. But anyway, Kim, mwah, good morning to you. Love you. Hope you're doing well, sweetie. And Sarah, that's amazing talent, Michaela. You know, Michaela could teach a class. I'll pay for Sarah's tuition. Joe Dog McKeel says, Michaela picks her. It didn't happen. Too far? Not in this crowd, Joe Dog. Not in this crowd. In fact, you're lagging behind. Get going. Anyway, Carlene says the Oxford comma is a myth. Now she's starting to fight. Good luck. I'm out of here. Goodbye, everyone. So anyway, Joe Hog McKeel, Carly, if you read Facebook, it is for sure. Yeah, seriously. So it's the truth. And Michaela, do I have to shake things up, says Christian Basil? And Joe Dog, nope, not too far, says Michaela Jade. And who is the tastemaker for this show? She could be the tastemaker for the Dark Church. Anyway, Brian Rodman says, do you ever wonder why this world is the way it is? Maybe there is more to everything around us than we realize. If we pull back the curtain to the realm unseen, we would find a world filled with beings warring over the cosmos. Head to brianrodman.com and check out Memoirs of an Angel, a series that explores these ideas in a gripping tale of heroism and horror. It's like Lord of the Rings meets The Exorcist. Join the adventure today. Definitely. Go to brianrodman.com. Check out the cool things that Brian does. And I think it's issue 6 just got released. He's working diligently on 7, and it's good stuff. I have read it. It is wonderful, wonderful material. So please check out the work of Brian Rodman. And Joe Dog McKeel says, in other news, the 7 dwarves have been advised that they can only meet in groups of 6. One of them isn't happy. Did you hear that, honey? She's nodding. She likes it. She's enthralled with it. She's ignoring me. That's great. Oh my God, that's funny. That's funny. Yeah, well, it was like we were having Cookie and I were visiting a friend of ours yesterday, and we got to talking about the 7 dwarves, and I figured I would be the 8th dwarf, Sleazy. So, and nobody fought me on this. I don't understand why. Carlene says, Brian could be had. Who knew? Who knew? Anyone who's known me for more than 5 minutes would know. And the future will soon be a thing of the past. Carlinian proverb. Oh my God, Joe Dog, you're hilarious, dude. And Christian, sure, go ahead. I dare you. What are you planning to jump in the shower with me? Oh my God, and then Christian died. And Skylar, the 66 Batmobile, the Munster Coach, good choice. Dragula, oh yes, Dragula. Oh yeah, the General Lee and Elvira's Macabre Mobile, all done by George Barris. Oh, who also did the Monkey Mobile too. Classic vehicles. Good taste, girl. Good taste. I'm proud of you. And there we go. Gospel illusionist Jake Lindsay. You should parody Santa Baby, Grant. There you go. And and then Grant, you could do a baby. It's cold outside, but tell her by what is in the drink. Hey, would you like a smoothie, a roofie smoothie? And Christian Basil's giving that evil grin. And just remember, this is, Michaela, if you go into the shower, this is the face that will be going in there with you. Okay? This is when he looked up dino porn. This was the moment when the search results came up on his screen and he realized how many bad life choices he has made up to this point. Anyway, So Grant Lanker says, I love you, Jake, but I think you're wrong. You don't want to see me do Santa Baby. I don't know. I think it would work. I think you could pull it off, Grant. And Karl Witsman says, Willow did a great cover of Santa Baby. I saw that on YouTube. Oh my God, that was so good. Willow, you have got a killer voice. You really do. OMG, if I ever get a theme song, I want you to sing it. And there he is, somebody who we adore, Glenn B. Fleming. Thank you for your gift the other day. We are going to take care of that review this week. And hey, Brian, hey, Glenn, how are you? Check out Glenn B. Fleming's work on Amazon. It is great. He just released a brand new book of information about characters from the golden age of comics. Well done. Very well done. And Trevor Hawkins says, Brian, the Pumpkin Queen would approve. The Pumpkin Queen's approval will get me through my day. Thank you, Trevor. And give Jen a hug for me. I haven't talked to her in ages. I love her. Love you too, man. And here we go. Get your listeners, says Glenn B. Fleming, to check this out for Christmas. The Little Green Tree, written and illustrated for kids by Glenn B. Fleming. It's a heartwarming tale of hope and fulfillment set atop the stunning Grand Canyon. It's on Amazon now. Just in time for Christmas, there is the Amazon UK address as well as the Amazon American. So please check that out. Oh man, Glenn, that sounds really cool. Definitely check that out. Glenn's a terrific writer. He really is. I say that in all sincerity. And Russell Allen, Brian K. Morris's favorite chip is the Borg Cube. Oh no, we've been assimilated. Oh, yes, I'm number 60 of 9. Let that sink in. And you're probably going, well, I'm sorry, guys. It was just on the tip of my tongue. Anyway, Robert Beatty, the General Lee, the Ecto-1. Yeah, the A-Team van. Excellent. Oh, the Mystery Machine. Yes. The 89 Batmobile. Good choice. Kit Optimus Prime and the Monster Coach. Good choices, Russell and Robert. Yeah. And Peppermint Mochas are awesome, says Trevor Hawkins. I would agree. And one of the things I want to experiment with, I have done it with cocoa, and the same thing. You got to mix it in with the grounds, or it will turn into sludge in your coffee maker. But I used to also use a vanilla extract for a little bit. It also sharpens the taste a little too. And I've heard just a few grains of salt might be good too, because you don't want, of course, your coffee tasting like a salt lick. And if you're into that, get the hell away from me. But there is something seriously wrong with you. But no, a little bit of salt, I've heard, just like a few grains, just not even a pinch, can really, it's not so much that it activates anything in the coffee itself, but it does things to your own taste buds that livens up the taste of coffee, which is why a number of chefs use salt, not so much for the salty flavor, or McDonald's, which uses it as a flavor, as far as I'm concerned. I'm salt sensitive. I can't have too much sodium, to be honest with you. So I am a little militant about it. But the thing is, a little bit of salt might be able to perk it up. I've never tested it, though. And Michaela gets another evil grin from Christian Basil, who's now imagining prehensile boobs and showers. Anyway, Gospel Illusionist Jake Lindsay says, gotta head out, my friend. Got lots of stuff to work on. Have a blessed day, my friend. You do the same. Thank you for being here, Jake Lindsay. And check out Jake Lindsay's channel on Facebook. He's got a lot of great material on there. Very inspirational. And I'll have to check out Will's version of Santa Baby, Carl says, Grant Lankard. Yeah, I think you should. It's on YouTube. It's really good. Of course, so is she. And Dark Mistress, what can I do to jumpstart you? Asked Christian Basil. Good. It says in the Bible you should be a servant of man. In this case, it's a servant of woman, which she kind of insists on. Christian, please put those jumper cables away. You're scaring me, says Karl Witsman. Yeah, he's going to think it's like Rocky, or not Rambo. He's going to think it's Rambo 2 all over again. And Grant was a guest on this past episode of Reels and Heels, says Brian Winsloff. Yeah, Brian, if you want to sneak attack, kudos to those that get that reference. This weekend's episode, that'll be awesome. I will see what I can do, my friend. It depends on what I haven't gotten my agenda yet from Anyway, any man that says he's the head of his household will lie about anything. And Trevor Hawkins mocks Carl with his laughter. And good morning, everyone. Count your blessings. You'd be surprised at how many you have. Bill Sarton, you are so right there, brother. Thank you for that reminder. Seriously, a lot more is going right than is going wrong these days. But some days you're going to get a good case of eye strain if when you try to look for it. And you'll get Carly going with the 3 height challenge persons and a taser. Yes, and thank you for explaining that the other night in the green room, Carl. I don't feel so left out now. And zap, zap, danger tits. Christian Basil. There's the beat for his next song. Yeah, I'm sure Sarah knows this, but I would avoid letting Christian jumpstart anything since Grant Lankard. Yeah, especially when you don't know where he's going to attach the one end of the jumper cables, and I'm pretty sure where he's going to attach them on him. It's grisly. Okay, I can eat breakfast during an autopsy, and that scares me. Anyway, hashtag bring cookie home. Thank you, Bill Stern. Much love, man. Thank you so much. And good morning, Nevermore. It's from the one, the only Rick Bradley. Glad to have you here, my friend. And good morning, Sarah, by the way, says Trevor Hawkins. And good morning, Trevor. And I felt that, Christian. And hashtag 24-inch Bilbo says Carly Carleen. Yeah, they make these action figures, and about 2 foot tall. That's all I'm going there with. And Karl Witsman says Ted is doing Donna Carleen. That's news to me. Oh, her book cover. Oh, okay. Well, I'm sure they let you watch him draw her book cover. Anyway, Christian Basil, Dark Mistress, I hope you did. I certainly did, Christian. Boom, chicka, wow, wow. And Joe Dog McKeel says, I have a StreamYard shows a problem. Just to check on my past broadcast list, 215 since April 20th, or excuse me, April 4th, 2020, and 7 in the queue for this week. Help. Yeah. That's the way mine looks. I have noticed that I would set up for a week, and I did that, but unfortunately, like if I were to set up for like all 4 of my regular shows on Sunday night, which at one point I was doing, but I noticed that they all got lumped, and as more stuff got put onto my page, it pushed the notices of them down. So now I might run a special blurb for clever title pinning, for instance, but I do, maybe earlier, like I should do one for Ted because he's awesome. But I'm reminding myself. But most of the time, I don't set up the show till the day before the show airs. I think the most I've had at any one time was Saturday. This last Saturday when I had a couple of shows, and I added one like about an hour and a half before I was to go on. We had some logistics issues with one of the broadcasts we were on, and I was trying to figure out how to do it live, and I finally gave up, but I left a link for people to see the show, and people did see it. I was glad to say. So I think it worked. But now I've become, I'm pretty sure I can handle most everything in broadcasting now after that. Because I was like, everybody's like, well, try this, do it on your phone. And I'm like, screw that. All my cool junk is here on StreamYard. And I think I have seen very few Facebook broadcasters. Now, some people can't. I will say there are a handful who do it on their phones, and it looks sensational. It looks really good. It looks professional. But the vast majority I've seen are less than wonderful, shall we say. Some bordering on absolutely hideous. Like if you're holding in your hand and your hand keeps moving, you're out of frame, or you're backlit. I hate seeing people backlit, or you don't look like you're paying attention to what's going on. I've seen some people just kind of like sitting there like, or they're working on something off camera. And I think that's an insult to the audience, to be honest. But I've seen people like Varian Grant. He doesn't stare directly into the camera, but you can tell he's watching. You can tell he's paying attention. And that's okay. That's good. That's good stuff. But yeah, but anyway, that little rant aside, but I looked at my show count too, and I'm like, do I have any other hobbies? No wonder I'm not getting anything done. But anyway, yeah, I hear you, Joe Dog. You and I may need to have an intervention for each other. But anyway, the results of your StreamYard are so very worth it. You do so many great shows. Please sign up for Joe Dog McKeel's and Stupid O'Clock's Facebook page and their YouTube channels. this guy's got some incredible content. He really does. And it'll keep you busy for days. And Karl is being mocked by Michaela Jade's laughter. And there's the one, the only Amy Hale. Mwah! Glad to see you, Amy. Amy is going to make a return to a episode of Clever Title Pending real soon. So looking forward to having you there. At least I think we agreed to it. It could be wish fulfillment on my part. Yes. We are having a special episode on imposter syndrome on the 22nd. We are revisiting that, and Amy Hale will be on that episode along with Karl Witsman and John C. Bruning. And I've got a couple more people I'm going to ask to be on the show, so I don't have to say anything. But anyway, looking forward to that show, and we're going to have. And also, I might as well tell you that, like I said, tomorrow night we're having Ted Davies. Great artist, great cigar appreciator and broadcaster. Then on the 15th, we are having Jeffrey Hayes on Clever Title Pending because the look of your book matters to you. So that's why you need to go to plasmafiregraphics.com. Then on the 22nd, we're having a panel on the second episode we've done on imposter syndrome. With Karl Witsman, John C. Bruning, and Amy Hale. John C. Bruning didn't learn his lesson. He wanted to come back. And then the last Clever Title Pending of 2020 will be a look back and a look forward. How did it affect us? How did we cope with it? And how are we positioning ourselves creatively to be ready for 2021? And we're having the wonderful Donna Carlene, Kathy Jackson, Michaela Jade, and Luke Stone for that show. Those are going to be fun shows. I'm really looking forward to all of them. And so please bookmark, our YouTube page. Please subscribe. Please like our pages that show it here on Facebook, because you got the best is yet to come. Grant Lankard says, my wife just walked into the room. It's like, when does this guy sleep? It seems like he does a show every day. Some days it does. Grant, for a while I was doing, when the Peter pandemic started, I was doing a show every day, plus guest appearances, plus Clever Title Pending, and it got me after about 2.5 months. I pulled back dramatically on my broadcast, and as longtime viewers will attest that I was almost a network unto myself. But thank your wife for her concern. Or maybe it's like, holy cats, does Grant know anyone with a real life? This guy sure doesn't have one. But anyway, but yeah, I am omnipresent. So, and we're trying to get more out there. So what's wrong with me? But anyway, hope your wife enjoys what you are seeing, and we'll keep him out of trouble, Mrs. Lankard. I promise. Anyway, Karl Witsman, we all wonder that, Mrs. Lankard. Yeah, people on Saturday was like, my God, when does Brian plan on taking a break? I actually had a pretty good schedule for Saturday, and I got a lot done. And my friends ask me to do stuff. I can turn them down, never. So it was a good day for me too. I cannot complain. It's I keep saying that there was a time, and not all that long ago, when people didn't care that I had all this free time on my hands, and now because of that, I don't have any. So anyway, Sarah, for a while, Brian did do it every day. Grant, that was a trip. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, and people still wish I would do that if it were not injurious to my. Well, I've given up on it injuring my sanity. There's nothing left to bruise there. But I gave up on it tiring me out. So right now is a lot more sane, although we are planning some more programming to happen in 2021. We plan on doing a comic book show, and I've already talked to a couple people about being on it that you'll like. It's going to be fun. And I've also talked to... I've discussed the idea of possibly a second Clever Title Pending every week, or we'll probably be doing more specials. I don't know that I want to do it regularly because it does interfere with my own writing. But anyway, I'm grateful to everyone that likes the shows. I really am. It means a lot to me. It's just why I do it. And there's somebody I love you, big guy, Steve Asher. It is good to see you, brother. I haven't talked to you in ages. Hope you are doing well. Steve Asher is an incredible writer, great podcaster. check him out. Steve, put in links, brother. Put in links. We gotta get some fresh eyes for you. Christian Basil said the Dastardly Dingoes were awesome, and I'd love to do it again. So much fun, and also Ted Davies' show was awesome. Well, Christian's a blast. He's been on here a time or two. And Christian, let's talk. Let's get you on a clever title pin. If it's not too much trouble, let's get you on a clever title pin and get you live on the show. Christian broadcasts on Tuesday nights also. He broadcasts before I do. He's on at 6 o'clock Eastern, 5 p.m. Central. And I've done a couple of shows then going into mine. And let's work on that, Christian. I got to start booking for January. So, and Saturday I caught Brian on screen 3 times. Yes, and I was delighted you did. It made me happy to see you, Sarah. And I love it when you guys show up for my other broadcasts. You don't have to, but it makes me so happy. And I logged, and I'll tell you, Sarah, I logged into CromCon, and I saw you were there, and I'm like, I'm home. We're good. This is gonna be fun. And sure enough, you were. So anyway, Brian Wensoff says this Thursday, December 10th, Disney is having a 4-hour investors meeting, and huge news regarding Disney Plus, Hulu, ESPN Plus, ABC, and the international launch of Star. I've heard that Disney and Sony has some sort of deal in place that will be announced then as well. I'm very excited. I think I know what part of it's going to be. I think they're going to no doubt follow the Warner's example. Warner's, as you know, has recently announced that they are going to not just premiere Wonder Woman 84 in this later this month, on HBO Max, which they own, and the AMC theater chain. So if you have an AMC theater in your municipality, go support them, and you can watch Wonder Woman 1984 on the big screen, which actually the last movie I saw in a theater was Wonder Woman. And I'm seeing the advanced reviews for Wonder Woman 84, and one reviewer, although I don't normally pay attention to reviewers, bless you, honey, one guy said this is probably the best DC sequel film since The Dark Knight. That's pretty damn high praise. All right. And so I'm thinking that. I'm also excited by something that I'm really tempted to get once the new year starts. And that's DC Comics is they had the DC channel that's kind of gone the way of the MySpace, and they are converting it to a basically it's like Comixology. But whereas Comixology has a subscription service that'll let you read about 25,000 comics for free or as part of that service without having to buy them. It's kind of like Amazon Plus for books. Well, anyway, in this case, what DC's streaming service would be is they're allowing you to read 27,000 of their comics alone. And that is tempting. I'm a DC guy. I love DC. I still read most of the DCs online, if nothing, on hoopla.com. But cracking open the library like that, and it makes me happy. Seriously makes me happy. So, yeah, Brian, I expect a report Thursday. Brian, I'd love to have a report on Friday. All right, I'm giving you some homework here. How's that sound? And Dark Magic, says Karl Witsman, is there any other type that's fun? And the Dastardly Dingoes, being on Clever Tile Pending was certainly a fun show. Thank you, Sarah. They were a hoot. You just love them for their beards. Poor clean-shaven me. I still got the sideburns, though. Anyway, but no, they were a howl. I love having them. And, it's one of those things where I used to prepare note after note after note. And like my early episodes, I had like 3 or 4 pages of questions ready, but you guys ask so many wonderful questions. And it's stuff you need to know, which makes me even happier. You're not just doing it because you like hearing your name broadcast, but it's things you really want to know. And I think it's useful because that way you get the information you need rather than hoping I can supply it to you with my questions. But I hardly do any prep now, and I invite people I know to one degree or another, and I like, and pardon me. And so it's kind of fun to have you on. There's a lot of fun to have you on, and we have fun doing it. I haven't had anyone say, Brian, never ask me again. don't ever call me. Everyone said, yeah, let's do this again. Let's do it soon. So that makes me happy. But anyway, it was a fun show. A lot of the shows have been a hoot, so please check them out. Clever Tile Pinning. We have a playlist on YouTube. So please go to my YouTube channel and you'll find it there. Grant Lankert says, I just shared the show on Twitter because I don't think you have a following on there. I don't know if we want those weirdos coming over here. Twitter is a weird place. Yeah, I used to do a lot on Twitter, and then I kind of gave up because it was, even back a couple of years ago, it was turning into a dumpster fire. And the only dumpster fire we allow on the show is this one. Okay. Yeah, this is Twitter in a nutshell, not just 2020, but Twitter in general. So I don't do a whole lot there, but thank you, Grant. I do appreciate that. We are doing some, we do a few things. We share some stuff on Twitter, but not very often, for that very reason. And in fact, we have been sharing our monthly newsletter on there, and we stopped doing that. Because, it's like, well, people need to read it for free. So if you look across the crawl on your screen right now, you'll see the address to sign up directly for my monthly newsletter. The next issue will go out on January 1st around 5 p.m. Eastern time. So you have time to sign up for it now. And I think you have to follow up with one of those I am not a robot kind of captchas. But please check it out. We do a unique video that is only for newsletter subscribers. We talk about what we're up to. We also put in 2 secret links that usually are pretty fun. Who's been enjoying the car races? Thank you, Joe Dog, for that link. And also, we have inspirational quotes. We have, what do we call it here? Motivation, education, and inspiration. Yes, we do still have some notes we have to have. But yeah, we try to perk people up with that newsletter, so please sign up for it. It's a fun read. It's absolutely free. Doesn't cost you a penny. In fact, most of the time, I don't even try to sell you anything, okay? Just trying to let you know what's going on with Rising Tide Publications. So please check it out. Or if you want to, please, if you have Facebook Messenger, direct message me your email address and I will sign you up personally. Or you can go to risingtide.pub and sign up for it at the bottom of the sheet. The Eric Hawkins says, on YouTube, you will see if someone posts a link, but it will not actually appear in the chat. For links to post and be visible for the viewers, they have to be posted by you or a moderator. Wow, that's kind of new, because I've been seeing people put in links. I wonder what would happen if you put your link in the middle of a message, like, hey, if you want to know more about Brian, go to www.risingtide.pub and join the excitement, period. I wonder if they would suppress that. I do get some notices that some comments don't get put in at the time. Like, I have to review them, but I've not seen any that I've had to say no to, which is kind of odd, which is weird, because they'll let the idiots, the bots, post like, hey, come see my naked pictures at www.christiandied.com. So, or hashtag nude Christian. Sort of thing, which is probably a thing. We're probably bringing down the wrath of the gods for that. But anyway, there's ways around everything, Eric. This boomer knows the ways, and we'll figure it out. And we don't tell you how much we appreciate you, Brian. Hashtag Rising Tide. Robert Beatty, thank you, brother. I feel the love. I really do. And fortunately, it humbles me. I keep kidding about my rampaging ego, but my ego is not much of a thing. But thank you, Robert Bays, and sincerely, my friend, I do appreciate you, and I appreciate what you're doing for Christmas, man. Robert's really got the Christmas spirit and got it going on. So, man, you deserve some kudos too, my friend. And please share that stuff on the Rising Tide page if you would, please. And Cindy Kemp, I see you're out of break already, brother, sister. I'm so sorry. I'm so far behind, but let's try to catch up, because we got to get CKOEPP.com in your consciousness. We've just had some time me running off at the mouth this morning. So anyway, let's get to your comments and get through them. And of course, we got a long one here. Son, the minute I make my resolution. Anyway, please, this is worth it though. Please join the Far Out and Groovy Kids by clicking on Sarnart76 on Facebook. All right. for better days from yesteryear, and God knows we can use them this day. I have wacky watch parties, amusing memes, and over 400 of my sketches that'll tickle your tummy and warm your heart. They are good. He's really a fantastic artist. So check out the artwork of Bill Sarn, where everything old is new again. Definitely check that out. Bill Sarn does some great stuff on that channel of his. It is wonderful. And Brian Weisoff, I love boobies. Oh, did I say that out loud? No, you didn't. We didn't hear a thing. It's me that said it out loud, and I do too. Anyway, Charles F. Millhouse, your box of pulp reality is on its way, Brian. Charles, thank you, my friend. Thank you so much. I can't wait to see that. I am so excited. I should have had you. Well, I know I'll see you eventually. We're going to autograph each other's copies, man. And Charles is like, who says I want your ink in my book? Anyway, author Michaela Jade says, cafepress.com/Michaela's merch. Oh, I love reading this. Get yourself a pair of Michaela's undies or a t-shirt, whatever your jam. Bring them to a show and I'll sign them. She'll sign them twice if you're wearing them when you ask for her autograph. And if you're going to do that, please let me know so I can get the table next to her. Okay. We'll do a live YouTube signing of your panties. Anyway, and Christian's like, do they come in my size? Russ Allen says, Xenonenai Titan, The Fall Above the Rise is a 200-page novel with chapter illustrations from 11 amazing artists. Follow the incredible story of Raziel Stevens as he's called back to work on his project. Tragedy strikes, casting him into the unknown with the technology he created far away from home. Can he make his way back to his family? Is the Earth even still there? And will he be the hero that saves them or the reason they fail? Find out in this incredible book with more twists than... See, it cuts you off, Russell. See, that's great, though. That is great. Please check out Xenonenai Titan. It's available now on Kickstarter. Please pledge to this book and make it happen. I've read it. It's really, really good. I honestly, and I didn't even see it before the artwork, okay? But anyway, there is a word limit that, and this isn't me. I have nothing to do with it, but StreamYard will only allow a certain number of characters, in your post. So this is why Pops Van Zandt was talking about the elevator pitch. Why the elevator pitch is so important. Because of things like this. Because if you get a good one, you can use it on places like this. So smaller is better. I don't care what Michaela and the ladies around here say. Sometimes smaller is better. Bill Sarn says, I just want to pass along some good news. Some of you may know that the owners of the house that I'm renting are moving back home and enforcing me to move out before Christmas. After many weeks of the nightmare of trying to figure out what to do, I found a place in Oakwood that I'll be able to move to. Still trying to figure out how to get everything moved, but I thank God for his help, and I know that he'll always be there with me through all my trials and tribulations. Bill, that's great news. I was wondering how that was going to turn out. I knew you would find something, but thank God for working it hard for you. And maybe I can help you with some of that. Who knows? But Bill, that is great news. Thank you so much for sharing that, man. Thank you so much. Oh, that is great. And check out Bill Sarn. Check out the artwork of Bill Sarn. You'll be happy. And okay, see, other Brian, will you bring up Wacky Racers on the Vehicles episode of Reels and Heels? Pat Pending is my favorite. Oh, great choice. I love that. And Trevor Hawkins goes Mystery Machine and Speed Buggy. Oh, man, that is great. Oh, what about, what is it? The Speed Buggy. Yeah, and I'm also thinking Speed Racer. What about his car? That's an iconic one. And a bonny top of the morning until you now from Cindy Cap. Mwah, wee lassie who is in my heart. And I'm so glad. I've been enjoying our conversation over the weekend. Cindy, CKOEPP.com. Please check out her books like Animal Eye. And we're going to run a spot for her at the end of the show. So please stay tuned for that. But also check her out on Amazon. Check out Cindy Cap. Oh, yeah. Boom, chicka, wow, wow. And also check out her work on Amazon. And please check out CKOEPP.com. Please sign up for her monthly newsletter. It is an amazing read. She puts a lot of effort into it. And it shows. I love reading that. It is so good. So, so good. And she is so, so good because she says there's a better AI than Kit. You just do a search for my name on Smashwords, and there it is. Thank you, Cindy. Mwah. And you should think about going there too, just for further exposure, so to speak. And the Mach 5 Speed Racer. Thank you, Trevor Hawkins. I blanked out on the Mach 5. I knew it was 5, but I forgot Mach. So, and Sarah couldn't agree more. Herbie the Love Bug. We bought a DVD with all the Love Bug movies on there, or at least all the old ones, not the newest one. I think it was a remake a few years ago. But yeah, all the Dean Jones stuff and the Dean Jones, Don Knotts, Michelle Lee, Harvey Korman, Cloris Leachman. Great cast. The first and the third ones were really, really good. Second one wasn't too bad. The fourth one stunk on ice. It was terrible. Cookie and I made our way through it, but no, those are fun. Those are fun. So much fun. And More Gadgets Than the Batmobile. That's me on Amazon. Please check out Brian K. Morris on Amazon and check out our library of books. If you got a Jones for it, we got your jam, whether it's horror or humor or contemporary fantasy or even nonfiction. We've got you covered. This is both fiction and nonfiction. This is how to get into writing, how to get into writing comic books for the independent market, and how to, also a history of Bachelor's Grove Cemetery in the Chicago suburbs, as well as 60% of this is fiction based on the legends surrounding one of the most haunted cemeteries in America. So please check it out. Available now on Amazon. And with the Thunderbirds vehicles be counted, says Trevor Hawkins. I don't see why not. That was really cool. Oh yeah, Trevor, I don't know if you ever saw it, the Thunderbirds movie with Bill Pullman and the lady that played Madame Pompadour on Doctor Who. Anyway, I like that movie a lot, and it was a lot of fun. And I found it at Dollar Tree for $1. Got the DVD of it. That was so great. Herbie the Love Bug made goth would be awesome. Then again, I'd goth out any vehicle. Man, that is a super idea, Sarah. And I also love the idea of maybe a goth driver, or team of drivers doing the goth thing, and there's bright as neon Herbie in the middle of it. I think that would, Sarah, if I had a connection, I would write that screenplay so dang fast. And my fave, the original Eleanor. Just never name your Ford Mustang that ever. Search B is for build on YouTube as to why. Ooh. Joe Dog, you have the coolest links, dude. I love it. And yeah, Carleen, pump the raspberry. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's like I said, that picture of Willow was me or it was her about 10 seconds after she hugs me for the first time. But anyway, yes, Carly. If you're wondering what we're talking about, like the taser tits and all that, please check out Uncle Carl's Secret Humor page. Karl Witsman has a fantastic page. And like Sarah can get you in, Carlina will get you in, Karl Witsman will definitely get you in. I think Eric Hawkins is a member of it. Joe Dog is definitely a member of it. So is Bill Sarden, and a whole bunch of us are. But anyway, we can invite you to the page. Now the thing is, one, you can't be a spammer. I don't go to that page to sell my stuff. I refuse to. It's a humor page, original humor. That's what we're going for, not just reposting stuff. But you also have to have a very, very healthy sense of humor, and you have to have your emotional shields up, because if you're triggerable, you're out of there. If you don't run screaming, you'll get kicked out. But anyway, it's a hilarious page. It is such a perk me up, and it's one of my favorite pages on Facebook. And so please check out Uncle Carl's Secret Humor page. Actually, you can't check it out until you're invited. So contact one of us that are in the page, and we'll vet you. But if you are unoffendable, that's your page. You'll love it. And Bumblebee rumbles just the way I like. Ooh, Bumblebee. Good choice, Michaela Jade. Good choice. And being able to make the Kessel Run in 9 parsecs, Mr. Nicholas Anthony Tucker on Amazon. Definitely. And Cindy Kep is also dimensionally transcendental, so check out her work, not just on Amazon, but at ckoepp.com and bearpublications.com. Get Animal Eye, her brand new book, just in time for Christmas. And ooh, good point, Michaela. Oh yeah. And Jody McPhee, morning, Brian. Hope you're finding good literature where it's spine licking good. I am. I am, and I can recommend one here. Sorry, Carl, I should have warned you. And also, I can also recommend movies. We're entering the season, and we got to remember the reason for the season. And I've got to check. I think Ron Fitzgerald was going to do another broadcast this month. Master Ron Fitzgerald, the master of dark, sticky illusion. Check out his work on Amazon, Dark Realm. This is a fine film. If you want to see the magic of Master Ron Fitzgerald, check out Dark Realm, and it's got some female nudity and sexual situations, rough language, and violence. So everyone should be running to Amazon right now and snagging a copy. No, seriously, this is a fine film, and I have an autographed copy. This is signed by Master Ron Fitzgerald and Vincent Blancio, who directed it and helped write it. But Ron's a great performer. You will love his magic. He's got a great YouTube channel. Check out his magic on YouTube. Do a search for Master Ron Fitzgerald. It is great stuff. And Cindy Kep, more confusing than a star furry. You are not confusing. You are the light in the darkness, darling. Cindy Kep, CKOEPP. Please sign up for her newsletter. Please check out her work. She does so much for this channel. I'd love to see her sales go up. Okay, and hashtag raspberry. Okay. Well, you gotta start somewhere. And all of my favorite TV movie vehicles are sci-fi. Viper, yes, Viper, Star Fury, X-Wing, the moon. Yeah, oh, that's right. I get that. Who gets that reference, the moon as a vehicle? I do. That is great. Good, Cindy. Good on you. And what is it? Automan. Who remembers that vehicle with Desi Arnaz as the AI? And yes, I'm joining you. Yes, you are, Amy Hale, and I'm looking forward to that. It's always a fun show when you're on, and it's going to be a good show as we look back and look forward. See what's happening in 2021. Russ Allen, check out my page for creator artist interviews at Russ Explode Studios, Books with Heart. And on Saturdays, I do Blue Balls reviews with your host, Harry Sachs. I'm just reading what I see. There's a funny story behind the name, and we just ran with it. Have a book or comic you would like reviewed on air? Just hit me up. That is great, Russell. That is super. Dude. And Rick Bradley says, I know I would love to have a good laptop and internet to broadcast with. With the clever title pending last Tuesday, I was hoping my phone would suffice. My phone data is better than my home internet. Yeah, that's true of a lot of people. Actually, Rick, you looked really good. It's one of those things, if you were doing a regular show, you've got a great personality for broadcasting, dude. I would like to see you do some more. In fact, one of the side projects, because we're not going to give it a lot of too much attention, but one of the things we're going to do for 2021 is how to make internet broadcasting less impossible. We're going to do another Less Impossible book because we have picked up so many tips over the last couple of years, especially, and things like OBS and Facebook broadcasting, and especially StreamYard.com have made it so accessible. And even then, there's a lot of other venues that are now getting into live broadcasting assistance. So we will. We're going to put together a book to help the budding broadcaster. And I love seeing, it's like I would bookmark a Cindy Kep broadcast anytime. And Cindy, we've got to have you back on too. Willow Schuyler, yes, great blessings of flavorful breasts for all you ladies and the men who enjoy them. Grant Lankard, everybody has a show. I can't keep track. I apologize in advance if I don't watch your shows. It is because there's not enough hours in the day to watch them. Nothing personal. No, Grant, that's why I'm so knocked out when you show up. Seriously. We do appreciate that you all have things to do, and you chose to spend your time with me. Do not think that is never appreciated. I am very aware of that, which is why I'm trying to deliver the best show I possibly can. Imposter syndrome is hard to get over. It's a mindset you never want to have. Jody McPhee, I agree with you completely. And, we're having John C. Bruning on. John has got credits that the rest of us would kill for. You know what I'm saying? And I have it too. I really do. I think part of it is because we see the man behind the curtain or the woman behind the curtain. We see the person with the insecurities, the people. Oh, my ride is coming. You can probably hear it in the background. Or you think, why are people giving me this much attention because, there's still the person, still the person drawing stick figures, like in your case, Joe, or, back or in the back of their mind, or me who doesn't understand verb tenses, from 40 years ago, doesn't understand verb tenses, or, writing punchy, writing, in a more pulp style than, trying to sound like something out of the 1700s. We see the person that started us on the journey, whereas everyone sees where we are on the journey now. And it is hard to get over. And I don't know that you absolutely ever do, but you learn to work with it. And I think it was Karl Witsman that gave me, I think it's brilliant advice, and I can't repeat it too often, is that imposter syndrome only hits the people who have done something. And that alone has helped me immeasurably in the last 6 months. It really has. I mean, I used to find imposter syndrome almost crippling. It's like, I'm going to put out this book. Who would want to read my stuff, sort of thing? But people do. And you have to remind yourself. And Joe, you are an amazing creator, and I will remind you every chance I get because you're that awesome. Okay. So please tune in on the 22nd of December, where we talk about imposter syndrome, and hopefully we can help you. And what's happening? That's Comic Talk with Pops Van Zandt. Papa and Zant, we are so glad to have you here. Thank you again for having me on the CromCon this weekend. I hope we did some good for some people, and it was kind of funny. It's funny in a sort of way, maybe not so, but to see people. Okay, I love how you say, "Okay, give me your elevator pitch," and then 10 minutes later, what I'm saying? It's like people got a lot to learn about elevator pitches, and I'm still always working on my own. So, but it's a good thing to have. But anyway, thank you for CromCon 9. I'm looking forward to CromCon 10. With any luck, I will be able to contribute to it. If nothing else, I'll definitely be watching it. And hashtag flavorful moisture boobs, says Sarah. Sarah, thank you, Sarah. We'll be going through your catalog later. And I was up doing a UK launch party at 7 a.m. today. Well, Pops Van Zandt, I'm glad you stayed up that late to do it, brother. But no, CromCon was great. I love CromCon. And Pops is a really good broadcaster too. And it's, again, he doesn't face the camera like I do, but you could tell he's engaged and he's in the conversation. Not everyone does that. So anyway, that's me ranting about broadcasters like I'm perfect, right? Anyway, I know better than that. Animal Eye now has artist Roll Cruz working on the artwork. I've already seen the first two character designs. I'm working on the issue 2 script now and striving to become an overnight expert on crowdfunding. And I've been sharing what little wisdom I have about crowdfunding with Cindy and her people. And there's Grant Lankard going, "Run, Cindy, run! Don't get him started." No, crowdfunding is becoming a new way of distribution, and we've been talking about some strategies. And I'm seeing some that I don't really care for. Like the person, I need $200 to launch my comic book series. It's like, really? If it's a couple $100, just whip out a credit card and pay it down with the profits. I just don't see why people, somebody can, aside from the fact of being able to say, "Oh yeah, we raised, I was asking for $200, we got 400, so I went 100% over, I did 200% of my goal." It sounds good, but people are starting to check that out now, I'm noticing. And I've talked to people, that's a turnoff. It's like, if you're asking for a low amount, ask for the amount that you need, all right, and get it done with. And Sarah says, "Hey again, Pops." And Pops goes, Sarah. It's more than a Jefferson Starship song. She is our dark mistress here. And Joe Dog McKeel said, "I watched a class on Facebook streaming promotion. They recommended schedule first, then create an event with a link to it being an online event, then promote the event. Since doing that, numbers are up." That's a good thought. I would do it for, I think I should probably start doing it for Clever Tile Pending. I certainly don't know that I would do it for the morning show. That sounds odd, but it's like, this is a thing we do. This is our fun. But I should, that's good advice, Joe Dog. Thank you. Joe Dog has found a great advice. And when he says it, I listen. Oh, Joe Dog, that reminds me, next time you talk to the StreamYard people, I figured out something I want. I want to be, Brian just asked for the moon. No, the ability to rearrange our videos and graphics once we upload them, to rearrange them when they're there. Maybe like they've done with the pictures and all, something where I could click and drag. That I could have like certain themes together in my videos and my graphics. I think you know what I'm saying. I think that would be really helpful. More so than, I'll live with the information dump though. And sounds tasty, says Christian Basil. And I was up with you, Pops. I took a nap between your show and Brian's. And we're glad you made it. We really are. And check out the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS for all things Doctor Who. And check out their merch, says Cindy Kip. You need to do that. And Pops Van Zandt says Joe Dog, Christian, and Christian. Will Schuyler says, Grant, this is the year that all the nerds have created a podcast. Let's see how many stay with it when the pandemic is over. Yeah. Stamina is something to be said, and I've got stamina. For podcasting too. But yeah, a lot of people, and a number of people, Will makes a good point, and it's something, we probably could talk about on Clever Tile Pending one night, but it's like, how many people stick with it? Because a lot of people have their eye on monetization right from the get-go. I'll get more viewers than PewDiePie, and maybe I'll figure out what to do with my second video then. It don't happen that way. I've seen a number of YouTubers who have been at it for longer than I have, and they still have like maybe less than 100 viewers, but they still do it. And then you see people who, like I was watching one writer on YouTube, an AuthorTube, who she had been doing videos for like, I want to say well over a year. Then she had one that went viral in the community. And all of a sudden her numbers just shot up, just like mine did last month. I still don't know what I did. Aside from hang out with Pops and Master Ron Fitzgerald, that was it. It's the Pops effect. But anyway, and thank you, Pops. I did get some more subscribers on my YouTube channel, so I love you, brother. Thank you so much for everything. But it's like I know that it takes years to become an overnight sensation, and it's folks like you, Willow, who put in the work and provide content. Content is king or queen in some cases. It could be Freddie Mercury. And, it's stick-to-itiveness until whatever you do attracts your audience. Law of attraction. It is a thing. Just keep doing it and just do it for fun. All right? Have fun. Try to do it so you do better. You put out a more professional package, and we're all about putting out on this program, you've noticed. So, just stay at it, right, Willow? Anyway, Willow, I gotta talk to you sometime, maybe after the first year about Clever Tile Pending. Anyway, Carlene says, hashtag troll fisting. We have been troll free this morning, you notice. We had an unfortunate episode on Friday's Nevermind the Furthermore, where we had a troll who was trying to take over the broadcast with some really stupid things. And one thing that was kind of, when I read it, the alarms went off fairly early in the conversation. But we have nailed the door shut on that particular idiot. So he can try again, but we're a little better prepared now. So Joe Dog McKeel and I just gave in one post what took me an hour to watch. Wow. That's amazing. And I thank you for that, Joe Dog. I appreciate that so much. That is great advice. And I need to start doing it. And it's one of those things where, yeah, I've heard that advice before. Why am I not doing it? I have picked up some stuff. So it's like, why am I not doing it? But thank you, Joe. Thank you for sharing. Sincerely, brother. I appreciate you so much. You have no idea. And I'm so proud of you for everything. And hashtag Buttbeard says Pops Van Zandt. And hashtag Hail Crom. Oh, yeah. Definitely check out CromCon next month. It's going to be great. And a little self-promotion. It goes a long way, John B. Pike. Promote away, brother. You know you can. Check out his new podcast on YouTube. Check out that new link. And he's got a couple other new broadcast channels. Check them out. I'm a subscriber. You should be too. And hiya, Pops, says Joe Dog McKeel. And great hashtags, Pops. Oh, yeah. And Pops mocks us with his laughter, but that's okay. We love having it. And Santa Sign is the holiday tale you need. Go grab one even now. Amazon. Check it out. Also available in ebook on Amazon and on Smashwords. It is our #1 bestseller, and when you pick it up, you'll find out why. Dr. Frankenstein has a cure for his fiance's holiday blues. What could possibly go wrong? I spent a few pages telling you. Anyway, it is laugh out loud funny, but I'm only going by what other people tell me. Santa Sign or the post-holiday Prometheus. Thank you, Cindy Cap. And then, when you're done with that, go get Amazon Reviews Made Less Impossible to leave a fabulous review. Even a stinky review is good. Any review will do. But thank you, Cindy Cap. We provide a template for you to write an easy, quick, and honest review. Honesty is the best policy, especially on our reviews. If you didn't like a book, let us know. Even that helps us, and we tell you why in that book. Thank you, Cindy Cap. And you can catch Willow Schuyler's new video, Letter to Santa, a Santa Baby parody, on her YouTube page or on Facebook. I recommend YouTube because it'll sound and look better, and so does Willow. Anyway, Willow, thank you for that. That was so good. And Sarah is the bestest fan. She really is. I love she's my friend. I love she's my fan. And Sarah, how's the new comic going? Asked Joe D. McPhee. And thanks, Pops, your awesomeness. And Joe Dog says, I watched 2 out of 3 of those broadcasts, so that ain't bad. That's what Meatloaf used to say. So anyway, nice, Joe Dog. And hello, everyone. Mwah, Jessica Johnson, how are you, darling? Glad to see you. And Cindy Cap is out of break. I'll catch up with you later. In the meantime, support your local Swordmaster. And don't forget to tip your host. And # bring cookie home. Thank you, sweetheart. Thank you, Cindy. We'll be talking to you later today, I promise. Hope you have a great day. And yes, we do have a tip jar. It's at paypal.me/risingtidebkm. And we use it to make our shows. Right now, we're using it for computer repairs. So thank you to everyone who has pledged. It has come in handy. It really has. We are now broadcasting on our primary computer once again using. We need to do some work with it. We have 3 keys that are sticking, so we need to get those fixed, and we will return it to its duty as our primary broadcast computer soon. But thank you to everyone who has supported us. We really do. This is where the imposter syndrome kicks in, but we are so very grateful to you all. Thank you all for your ongoing support of this show and of me and of Cookie and of the people in this broadcast. Thank you for supporting each other. That's what makes me happy. And you guys do not know how much it helps the podcast to flow when the audience is engaged and participating. Comic Talks with Pops Van Zandt. Y'all sign up on YouTube. I have. But no, Comic Talk, Joe, Pops, you are so right. It is the audience engagement that really makes it fun. I mean, I've done shows where I'm the only person there. It looked boring as hell. I canceled. I deleted them. I didn't want them around. But the ones where I get to talk, that's why this show works. It's not because of me. I'm just the facilitator. It's you out there that's making this show work. And that's why I'm so grateful when you're here and you talk to me. And anyway, check out the Heroes for Kids at Perrysville, Missouri page on YouTube, or excuse me, on Facebook, because Jessica and Lonnie Johnson run a great group of cosplayers who are on model, and they are so on target with their message of helping the kids in the community. So please, if you have a convention, if you're actually having one, talk to these guys about showing up. And also check out their Heroes for Kids Comic-Con in July. I will be there, and it's going to be a fun affair. It will be so much coolness will be down there. Great venue, great hosts, and great times. Lots of great guests, lots of great vendors. And lurker mode engaged, but glitchy. I'll hang out as long as I can. Cindy Cap, we are glad when you can hang out with us. And you were there, says Carly Carlene. And glad to be a part of the audience. Sarah, I am elated when I see you here. And Carly and all you guys and gals. Seriously. Jessica Johnson continues. Heroes for Kids Comic-Con 2021 is July 17th in Perryville, Missouri, the gateway to Chester, Illinois, with proceeds to benefit the Missouri National Veterans Memorial Wall and St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. That's right. When you buy a table, part of your money will go to those charities. If you buy a ticket, part of your money will go to those charities. And last time, in Heroes for Kids Comic-Con 2019, there were a couple of really cool charities that wound up getting $2,000 plus a piece. And that helps those guys and gals quite a bit. So please support. And Brian was awesome on CromCon. Thank you, Pops Van Zandt. Thank you so much. I had a great time. And I appreciate you all viewing so much. Pops, law of attraction, brother. You're putting on a quality show, and you do it regularly, high level of professionalism, and I think people appreciate that. Plus, you get some great guests, and I was so happy to be able to come on and prattle on for about 15 minutes about the importance of elevator pitches. And it's something we're going to cover in our videos soon. So anyway, thank you, Pops. Thank you. Appreciate you so very much. And Sarah gets it. Oh, yeah. Sarah's smart. She is brilliant, in fact. And please subscribe and post a comment on that YouTube page right there, John B. Pikus. It helps him out so much. Let's support one of our own, okay? And gotta run, lots to do. Have a great day, all. Mwah. Amy Hale, authoramyhale.com, author Amy Hale on Facebook, and Amy Hale's Angels on Facebook also. Check out her work. She's got a brand new book in the pipeline, and I'm looking forward to it. Thank you so much, Amy. Mwah. Love to you and the family. And love you, Pops. I learned so much, says Sarah. We all learn from CromCon. It's a great show. I have learned copyright laws are for 90 years and why they are that long. Who wants to bet they get extended before the end of 2023? Walking away like Whistling Willie, says Joe Dog McKeel. Yeah. I'm expecting an extension or a rewrite of the Sonny Bono Copyright Extension Act of 97. But no, the 90 years is the 90 years after the death of an author. If it's a collaboration, it's 90 years after the death of the last surviving one. But it's copyright law is not getting any simpler. But the thing is, I think we're going to start seeing some real pressure on Congress to extend the copyright law, because, we're in the next decade, we are going to be looking at a possible challenge to two iconic characters that may wind up being in the public domain. Now, this is not to be confused with trademark. That's a whole nother issue. But as far as the early appearances, we may be looking at early adventures of Superman and early cartoons of Mickey Mouse going into the public domain, and Warner, or actually AT&T now, who owns Warner Brothers, and Disney, of course, who owns the mouse. They don't want that. They do not want that at all. Plus, I think we're going to see some stuff where copyrights are going to get blurred. As it is, like technically, I don't own the copyright to these shows, simply because they are on YouTube and Facebook, because they claim, well, we own the copyrights now. I'm like, fine, you file the paperwork and have at it, But by the same token, I created the show. I own it in my own way. And also you own a piece of it because you contribute to it. See what I'm saying? We all own this. We're taking it back. Anyway, yeah, I Joe Dog, you're not going to get a disagreement with me. I think we're going to, I don't know about, 2023 will probably be the real fight, I think. But anyway, did you like the Shazam movie, Brian? That is my favorite comic book movie of the last few years. I could not stop crying because they really captured the spirit of one of my favorite comic books. Grant, I am 100% behind you. It was like a love letter to the original Shazam. Not so much, it had of course, it was more than a nod to the current Shazam iteration. But yeah, there was just so much in it, just such a purity of spirit that I love it. Grant, you and I are on the same page on this movie. I loved Shazam, and I love the director's tweets on it too. He's been doing some funny ones during the lockdown, like actually getting Henry Cavill in as Superman for that last scene. The last scene was just such a riot, and I cannot imagine a movie so perfectly cast. That was great. I agree with you. Shazam was fantastic. Joe Dog, at this rate, we will never see that Minnie Mouse porn. We will fight for our porn. And Pops, I'll watch and listen to your show later during my housework excursions. Cool. And Morning, what do you think of my comic strip I sent you? I think that was great, Phil. Thank you. And Phil, please put in a link to so people can sign up for your newsletter. Okay. Rick Bradley says, so I finally remember my Twitter. You can find me at midnight with a K 42. I got excited for new followers, but besides Charles F. Millhouse, I have people trying to get me to sign up for their OnlyFans. I'm sorry if I'm sending you too many notices on that, Rick, but it's a side of me that most people will never see. And love the diecast car races, says Sarah. Thank you, darling. The announcers crack me up with how much they sound like real announcers. The wrecks are hilarious. Oh my God, yeah. Did you watch all three of them in that series? I started out with a race that included the Batmobile, the James Bond Aston Martin, Kit from Knight Rider, the car that Wayne Knight drove in Jurassic Park, the A-Team's van. That was a really fun show. Thank you, Joe Dog, for turning me on to that. I'm going to catch up on the back issues of that too, so to speak. And we're going to catch up with your comments. I swear we're going to. And anyway, Joe Dog McKeel says, I found a new YouTube addiction. Tonka, Buddy L, and Nylent truck restorations. ASMR at its finest. Oh my gosh, that sounds amazing. I was watching the marble races last night. So yeah, I understand these addictions. Eric Hawkins says, oh, you'd be surprised how many comments get blocked for approval. I'm a mod on a few channels and see some strange stuff blocked. Yeah, and I'm astonished at what gets through. Like if somebody says, hey, I like so-and-so's channel, that's held up for approval. Of course, I approve it. And it takes the time to do it. But then I see something like, LoveGods_69 says, come check out my personal horny videos, and it gets straight through. Of course, I block it after that. I mute them and remove the comments, so they're wasting their time. So anyway, yeah, I don't understand YouTube, and I understand even when you get monetized that you get to a new level of crazy with YouTube, but we'll burn that bridge when we come to it. So for all those of you who have YouTube ambitions, I will be the sheep wandering through the vineyard for you. So be sure to get everyone to subscribe. Anyway, makes sense, the Eric, and there he is, Ted Davies Artistry. Good morning, all. Good morning to you, Ted. We're looking forward to having you on tomorrow night's Clever Tile Penny. It's going to be a great show. And Ninja Ganko mocks us with his laughter, but we're glad you're here, Ninja. Hope you're having a great morning. And nice. Oh, yeah. And Rick Riley says, looks like Russell is trying to join the ranks of the Eric Hawkins and myself. We were the original gangsters that blocked you on your own show. Oh, my. And hey there, Green Room Ted. Morning, Ted, from Karl Witsman and Sarah before that. And hey, kids. And Pops Van Zandt says, Isaac, my grandson loves Brian. Oh, thank you. Well, give your grandson a hug for me. He is on a break from virtual school and watching with me. Well, we love you too, Isaac. Isaac, I hope you have a great day with Grandpa there. And glad to see you. Hope everything's going well for you. Brian Wesloff says, I like the Herbie film with Lindsay Lohan and Michael Keaton. Okay, that's the one I haven't seen yet. And Herbert, the emo bugs, is Trevor Hawkins. I have both the haunting scripts of Bachelor's Grove and the haunting tales of Bachelor's Grove next to me. I suggest getting both, says Sarah. That's right. I'm being snuggled up against the luscious Sarah. So find out why she's so excited. Find out why she likes me licking that spine. And I'm in Carl's group, says Pops Van Zandt. You sure are. You're a great addition to it. Rick Bradley, vehicles, I'm partial to the Veritech figures from Robotech. Jets that can change into a giant controllable mech. Yes, please. And thanks for the promo of the humor group. Yes, we try to be original, and you do. And rock on, Pops, says Sarah. He does. I agree. And I wonder the inventor of the tea kettle just like hearing water scream. It's a Joe Dog McKeel. Oh my God. That is great. That's funny. And you should join the Green Room on Friday evening, Pops. You'll have a blast, says Sarah. And nice licking, Brian. Thank you, Sarah. I love it when a lady says I do it right. Anyway, Brian had an awesome segment on Crom last Saturday. Thank you. Yeah, I gave a brief introduction, not just of pretty much why you should be doing elevator pitches when you try to sell your book, not only in person but online. Your audience will approve. Believe me, they'll approve. Dark Realm is an awesome movie. I have an autographed copy too. Oh, cool. That's right. You would have gotten one from him, the same con I got it from. And yes, Pops, says Sarah. I need to go back and watch Crom. I missed it. It was good. It was really, really good. It always is. And Crom Con, that is. Yeah. Pops runs a good show. He really does. Brian Wesoff, Robotech Macross falls under the spaceships episode. Okay. And Karl Witsman says, thanks, Cindy. Now I have that theme show in my head and the moon goes flying off. I love that show. I used to miss classes at 7 o'clock on Mondays because of that show, Karl. But anyway, I showed up 4 times for a 10-week class at DJC, and my instructor didn't even make that many. Anyway, let's not forget Turbo Teen. That cartoon was something else. Yeah, anything but good. But no, I remember Turbo Teen. That was a fun show. Good call, Rick Radley. Brian Wesloff. Animated vehicles and spaceships will be talked about. And Pops had to come drop a like over here too at Facebook. Thank you, Pops. It is so very appreciated. You get me, brother. You get me. And I have things to do, says Carlene. I know, right? People keep telling me that too. And yes, some pitches were great, and there was a ton of education content. Yeah, maybe one time, Pops, and I'm willing to be the guinea pig to be hated for this. Get some people that don't have very good elevator pitches, and I will volunteer to co-host with you for a future CromCon, and we will teach everyone what goes into a good, what can go into a good elevator pitch, and we'll polish up the ones we get. How does that sound for education, Pops, huh? And lunch eventually, Carly. Yeah, I've got to get cookie fed soon. And this is the book we helped launch this morning. Lady Satan, an Angel in a Killer's Dress. Oh, I love that title. I love the promo for that, Pops. That is definitely worth looking for. So check it out on Indiegogo. Michaela J says, catch y'all later. Got errands to run. Wow, Michaela, thank you and your trained breasts for tuning into the show. And hope you have a great morning. Warrior's Secret, in all seriousness, by Michaela Jade. Check it out on Amazon. She's got 2 more books coming out. One's going to come out pretty soon, and the third is in the pipeline now. So, Jeff Hayes, the Temptations kind of headed out early to get the flu shot, hopefully without the Morris reaction. Oh, brother, I hope you do not get what I got. Oh, seriously. Have a great day, and see you all tomorrow on Cleaver, title pending. That's our new horror show. Anyway, thank you, Jeff Hayes. PlasmaFireGraphics.com, when the look of your book matters to you. Check him out on Facebook also, Jeff. Thank you, and good luck today, all right? And Michaela, have a wonderful day. Much love from Sarah, and from me too. And I hope everyone is doing well and ready for Christmas. John B. Pica, we're getting there. We're probably going to be ready for Christmas in about a week. I got to mail out some cards already. But anyway, John, we're glad you're here. One of the blessings of 2021 is that you didn't succumb to the Myshroom of Miley Cyrus, or at least not fatally. And see you tomorrow evening, Jeff, says Sarah, and good energy sent your way for your post-flu shot. Yeah, I just had a bad reaction to this year's shot. It doesn't always happen, but boy, did it ever. This is probably the worst reaction I've ever had to one. When your temperature goes from normal to 102 in the space of 20 minutes, something's wrong. Anyway, hope all is well, John. Thank you, Pops fans, and we all do. And John B. Pica says, if anyone is wondering, the League of Impossibles is still going strong. COVID slowed us down, but couldn't take us out. Check them out on patreon.com/impossibles. Check out Patreon. There's a lot of great people on there. John B. Pica's on there. I am on there. Look for Brian K. Morris, all lowercase, one word. Also, the Historical Fencing Guild. Bobby Nash is on there. Remelian is a great channel. You will love it. And Ted Davies Artistry, please tune in at 11 a.m. Eastern tomorrow for TED Talk Live. See you there. Ooh, cool. Put that on my page, on Rising Tide Publications page, Ted, would you please? And it is funny, the pandemic is why CromCon came to be, says Pops Van Zandt. It will evolve into something else the community needs when the Peter Pan goes away. Yeah, and that's another thing. We talked about broadcasting, but I think also virtual cons, we will never see their end. Now, I know there's some people that poo-poo them. And as far as the sales opportunity, I don't sell many when I do virtual cons, but I have fun. I get my face out there. I get subscribers to my YouTube channel. Thank you, Pops. And it has some tangible rewards, but I mostly do it for fun and to help, spread the Rising Tide mission of education. So we're trying to help people. And the Pops Effect, I am working at it. Brother, you do a great job with it, man. I got some new people on there after I did your show this weekend. At least 6 more, and I'll take any I can get. And very, very nice, Ted. Thanks for the reminder. John B. Pica says, sorry, I can't contribute more to the discussion this AM. I have to watch on mute while I'm on the phone with clients. Damn open enrollment. You tell those people to wait their damn turn. There's always next year. And Joe Dog Moods Videos, that was brought up last night on their weekly show. That not going to happen anytime soon. End quote. Then explained it as a coding issue causes a stability issue. I can see that. But I still like to have that, or maybe a way that we could create folders where I know it's a couple more clicks, but I could move, like, say, all my friends' promos into a folder and put them there so they're all together, as opposed to, say, my videos. You see what I'm saying? But anyway, at least they're responsive and they're listening, and that's a good thing. And Trevor Hawkins wishes Jeff Hayes good luck, as do we all. Karl Witsman says, I used to be a Patreon patron for a British comedian who had traction online. Then she found a boyfriend and stopped her show completely. My girl in the next room, she is encouraging my Patreon, and thank you to all my Patreon subscribers. I do appreciate you. And the old lady is bugging me to get lunch. I'll see all of you Tuesday. Grant Lankard, thank you for being here. You tell your lady bon appetit, and thank you for letting us have you for a while. Bye, Grant, says Karl Witsman. Take care, Grant, says Sarah. And bye, Karl and Sarah. And see ya, Grant, says Trevor Hawkins. Bye, Trevor. And Pops Van Zandt said, my laughter is never mocking when it comes with you people. It's true enjoyment. I'm just teasing when I say that, Pops. You know I am. Anyway, we love you. We will love you right back, Pops. We really do. We're glad you're here. And Pops, good con on Saturday. Wish it was more interactive. Well, yeah, that's the thing. We have far more people, Joe D. McPhee, that watch this show than actually interact with us. Of course, we get quite a number of people that watch us afterwards. We probably within the first 24 hours of releasing or doing a broadcast, we probably get about 25 to 50% more people just within the first 24 hours. And these shows are evergreen, meaning people go back and watch them. Some people watch them more than once, actually, which is why if you want to advertise on this, if anyone wants to advertise on the show the way Plasma Fire Graphics does, and Jeff Hayes will tell you, we've done him some good. So please contact me and I'll send you our rate sheet. Okay. It's pretty reasonable, and I'm working on expanding and appreciate all input suggestions. Pops fans saying that's cool. Very cool. And thanks for the props. Dude, you earned them. You seriously earned them. You do a service to the community. You really do. You are so rising tide. And that's my idea of the best compliment I can pay you, brother. Seriously. Great show as always, but I need to get busy. I've got a ton on my plate these days, and sometimes it's really overwhelming. Vaya con Dios, amigos. Welcome to my world, Bill Sarden. And isn't it great? Like I keep saying, there was a time when nobody cared how much free time I had available. Now everyone's filled it. So anyway, Bill, thank you for being here, and congratulations on getting that new house. I'm so happy for you, man. Joe D. McPhee says, Pops, I love Elevator Pitch Madness. It was great how you kept it moving and people interested. It was, yeah. Pops is a great host. He really is. He's so laid back, but the thing's moving. The thing's moving all the time. He makes it happen. Always open to new ideas. Someone suggested it. We ran with it. I like it. I just tossed out my idea. If you'll co-host with me and Jody McPhee, one day when I've developed better elevator pitching skills, I will be there for things like this. Well, Joe, if you want to practice, send me a pitch for your book, and private message me, and I'll help you polish it as best I can. My idea is, if you can show interesting characters, interesting settings, or a conflict, that's great. 2 sentences is essential. If it takes you longer than 15 seconds to pitch your book, you need to work on it. Like, for instance, you've probably heard me say this before. This is the pitch for Moby Dick that every English high school teacher should have. This is a book about a 19th century. A young man discovers a whole new way of life aboard a whaling vessel, a whaling hunting fishing vessel. But the insane ship's captain is bound and determined to destroy the white whale that stole his leg, even if it means the lives of everyone on board. If my high school English teacher had told me that, I'd have grabbed Moby Dick immediately and shut up, Christian, and started reading that thing. As it was, I did it on my own because I wanted to read a classic book, and I like the movie with Cary Grant, but. Written by screenplay by Ray Bradbury. Oh yeah. But anyway, I wanted to read it on my own. But if any of my teachers had given me that pitch, I'd have probably run out of the classroom straight to the bookstore to get one. It's your elevator pitch, and it pre-qualifies people. But Joe, if you feel confident, I would love to help you work with that, though, because you're one of us. Thanks, Brian, for all you do. Thank you, Ted, for your service to the community too, brother. Great seeing everyone. Have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow night on Clever Tile Pending, Ted. Have a great one, my friend, and bye, Ted. Take care, Ted, from Sarah and Karl Witsman. And Gospel Illusionist Jake Lindsay's back. Oh, before I go, be sure to pay attention to my profile. I got some things in store. Definitely. And Pops Van Zandt, we will talk about, Brian, there's a new mentor program in the Madness. Maybe we'll guest host on that. Pops, I'm on board. Let's talk about it, brother. Everyone take care and stay creative. Yes, dear. Yes, she's in the next, Cookie's in the next room doing this. Actually, it's more like, okay. But anyway, we'll run through your comments here. Everyone take care and stay creative. Rick Bradley, you do the same. Thank you for being here, brother. And if you are all interested in being a mentor or checking out Get with Alan Johnson in the Madness, please remind me, Pops. I will try to get in touch with him. I'm getting the complete set of Lock and Key for Christmas. Can't wait for it to come in this Friday. Oh my God, Sarah, I just read volume 5, I think it was, online. That is awesome work, man. Good for you. What a great gift. Seriously, that is a fantastic series. Written by Joe Hill, whose father is Stephen King, and I am entranced by that series. Like I said, I think I'm up to issue 5 of the bound volumes. I'm digging it. Sarah, I approve your taste, darling. And tune in to Stupid O'Clock Thursday night at 9 p.m. Since Joe Dog McKeel, we will have some special guests announcing a new project. More details Wednesday on Nevermind the Furthermore, so don't miss that show too. Joe Dog, my platform is yours, brother. Announce away. Seriously. And prayers out to Amy Hale. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, the Hale family is having some challenges. So anyway, good to see you guys, even if I am late. Nick Tockert, you are worth waiting for, brother. This is going to be a great, super busy week. I may have ended a regular on Stupid O'Clock. Thanks, Joe Dog McKeel. Also, I have to squeeze one more plug in for Nicholas Tockert, the author, on Amazon. Check him out there. Well, good for you, Nick. Joe Dog, you have surrendered control. Good luck with that. And I love the virtual cons. I got into indie comics and met so many of you due to the panels. I hope they stick around. Sarah, I think they will. And I think they're going to change. In fact, I know they're going to change. And it's, shows like Pops Van Zant's or Joe Dog McKeel's. I'm a huge fan of HalloCon. They'll never replace real conventions, and I'm glad they won't, because we need that personal interaction. But I think they are showing a new way to do things, and I'm really excited. And as you've been talking, Brian, the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS has 43,001 people like this. Achievement unlocked. He's leveling up. And I know everyone's getting tired of me spouting this, but at this point, however, 43,585 people follow this. So what the hell do I tell people? Because technically, we're halfway to our next goal. That more people follow you than like you. And I tell people there's about 100 people that hold me in absolute contempt on Rising Tide Publications Facebook page, but they follow me anyway, and I'm grateful for them. But anyway, congratulations, Christian. I'm so proud of you, brother. You are amazing, brother. You really are. And Nick Tockert says, Carol Cookie Morris would encourage you getting an OnlyFans if it brought in the bucks. She probably would. I just don't know what kind of people would sign up for it. I don't know if I want to associate with that kind of people. And later, Grant says Christian Basil, and it was at a meeting, and Christian Basil's back. Yay! Video filter, give me a shout later today. I will explain how to do it. Ooh! Joe Dog. Folders. We're going to talk. Thank you, man. Thank you. You are such a help. And welcome back, Christian. Pops Van Zandt says, Pops is rising tide and mojo risen. That you are, brother. Proud to be part of your crew. I really am. And miss you, Dark Mistress. Moi from Christian Basil. Moi, Altar Boy. Miss you too. Lunch and writing. Susan, Sarah. And Christian Basil says, you want to get something special for that Whovian in your life and want to help support the best Doctor Who podcast out there, crossing 43,000 likes? This is it. Look no further. 20% all follow merch and free delivery of purchases $99 and more at webtvthreadless.com. Designs the Legends of Traveling TARDIS and all that. Please check that out. Please check out that link and support the best show on Doctor Who on the air. And hashtag feed cookie don't die. Yeah, I'm working on it. And Lee Reese, thank you, sir. Thank you. Love your show and all that you do for the con community. Thanks, Brian. Lee, thank you very much for that compliment. That means a lot to me. I appreciate you being here. Love seeing you here. And Hope to see you again. Please keep commenting. We will make you part of this crew here. And tomorrow night on Traveling Legend of Traveling TARDIS live at 6 p.m. Eastern with special guest Patty Hawkins, host of GalaxyCon, for a Matt Smith 11th Doctor special, as Matt will be at GalaxyCon this weekend. Check out the Traveling TARDIS at 6, and we're following it up at 8. So check out the 2 fun shows tomorrow night. Oh, the secret Patreon video on the Historical Fencing Guild goes live to the public shortly after this show. Oh, cool. And thank you for that illustration of me, Nick. That was beautiful. I am so stealing it. And love you, Brian and Cookie. Hashtag bring Cookie home. We love you too, Sarah. Hope you have a great day, sweetheart. I approve tasting Sarah, says Christian Basil. I meant Sarah's taste. I meant, we know what you meant, you dog. Same with me. And hashtag bring Cookie food. Yes, Christian Basil. We are working towards it, people. And I'm available for lunch. Really, how should we serve you? And what spices taste good on you? Anyway, Pops fans, and Christian inspires me and the reach as so long. Oh yeah, me too. I mean, you guys inspire me in ways you cannot even imagine. You know, Pops and Christian and Joe Dog and Karl and all of you guys. You really do. This is not just a one-way street here, people. I'm taking it too. And Pops Van Zandt, working on something for you, Pops, I think you'll likely, says Lee Reese. Oh, greatness is occurring here. And Lee Reese, he is the one who drew my profile pic. Oh, is that yours, Lee? That's gorgeous, Lee. Oh man, you are so talented, Lee. Thank you for being here, man. I hope to see you more often here. And now we're going to really run through this, folks, because like I said, Cookie's got to get to work, and that means I've got to feed this lady. So anyway, folks, thank you all for being here. We appreciate all of you so very much. You really don't know how much, and we appreciate. This has been a fun show. Glad we get to talk 3 times a week. We'll be back with Nevermind the Furthermore on Wednesday morning at 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Central. And also tomorrow night, Clever Title Pending at 8 p.m. 7 Central. We will be right after the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. We will be talking with Ted Davies Artistry. He's done some variant covers, for some of the indie comics this year. He also has his own couple of series that he puts out himself. He is doing book illustrations. He has really built his business during this crazy of a year. And he has thrived and survived in 2020, and he's gonna be helping us get through it with some great advice. So please bring your questions for Ted. Plus, he's a great guy, great content creator on YouTube. You'll love him. You really will. He is fantastic. And as always, we hope you have a great day. And as always, I'm gonna move this, and let's see. Can't steal what is freely given, though that bard may end up in an NBC for an upcoming project. Please do. And he also sent me this on a CromCon t-shirt. Very cool. And you're welcome, Lee Reese. You are so very welcome. And D's Custom Tees, they sent me the shirt I was wearing this Saturday. I really need a credits page for my show. You really do. Trevor Hawkins says, going to pause, take a shower, grab some lunch, and watch the rest afterwards. Eric, I meant to say, forgive me for the confusion. Both of you. But anyway, the Eric Hawkins, have a great day, brother. Glad to see you. Glad to talk to you the other day. In fact, Pops, all of you inspire me to never give up and never surrender, says Christian Basil. And we all lift each other up. Hashtag we are rising tide. Amen, brother. You are definitely rising tide, Christian. And with that, my friends, thank you for being here. Thank you for letting me fill your morning with hopefully a couple of smiles or two, as you have filled mine. And like I said, we'll be back tomorrow night on Clever Title Pending with artist and content creator Ted Davies. Please bring your questions. He's got a lot to say. And we'll see you then also on Wednesday at 10 a.m. for another episode of Nevermind the Furthermore. So as always, please check out risingtide.pub. You can sign up for a monthly newsletter there. It's absolutely free. We have special videos unique only to the newsletter. And starting in January, we will not be sharing we have been sharing the newsletter on Instagram and on Twitter. We will no longer do that. So if you want to see the cool stuff we've got going on, you're going to have to subscribe to the newsletter. All right. We appreciate it when you do. And also, if you don't want to go there, or you have Facebook direct message me with your email, and I'll sign you up personally. All right. So please sign up. We would love to have you. There's also a direct link crawling across the bottom of your screen. You can do it yourself there too. Because every month we provide motivation, education, and inspiration. So we think you could stand a dose of that every month. Next issue will go out at 5 p.m. Eastern on January 1st. We'd love to have you as part of it. And if you're watching us on Facebook, please give this video a like if you enjoyed it. Also, please give the page you're watching a like also, whether it's the Rising Tide Publications page or the Indie Vent page. Please give it a like because it helps us. It just takes a couple seconds of your time, costs you nothing, and is so beneficial to us. It really is. We show up in more news feeds. That's the way. And if you're watching us on YouTube, thank you so much. Thank you for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And also, please consider subscribing and ringing that bell so you'll be notified of all special content that comes up on our YouTube channel. Also, do the same on Geek Insider. And thank you, Geek Insider, for fueling this show. And thank you to Plasma Fire Graphics, because the look of your book matters to you. Thank you for your sponsorship of this episode. And as always, my friends, stay smart, stay safe, wash your hands, and never apologize for being awesome, because that's just what you people are. Have a great rest of your Monday, and we'll see you in 2 days on next Nevermind the Furthermore. Have a great day, everyone.
Stormgate Press presents a collection of 7 new short stories from today's leading authors and illustrators in the new pulp genre. Experience courageous two-fisted heroes and their intrepid and often dangerous exploits. From dark, watery depths to high-flying heights, these fantastic tales span the globe and take the reader on fast-paced adventures in classic pulp style. Take a seat as we pull back the curtain on days gone by with edge-of-your-seat storytelling in the vein of Golden Age era pulp fiction. This is Pulp Reality. Available now from Stormgate Press on Amazon.com.
Thank you for tuning in to Nevermind the Furthermore, a Rising Tide Publications and Brian K. Morris production. Member of the Comic Book Advocating Network and sponsored by GeekInsider.com. Become part of our show with sponsorship and advertising opportunities. For details, contact advertising at GeekInsider.com or visit podcast.geekinsider.com. The Geek Insider podcast is available on your favorite app, so please hit the follow button and share it out to your friends, because if you don't, you might have to turn in your geek card.
This is the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Subscribe to us wherever you listen to your favorite podcast. Also catch us on the HWWS Web TV YouTube channel. Subscribe today and become part of the legend. Now, every Sunday morning, longtime independent comics creator and Indie Volt podcaster Randy Zimmerman hosts a discussion on the lighter side of comics, the more whimsical and fun comics out there, on the Sunday Funnies. That's 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time every Sunday on Indie Volt, indievolt.com, the Indie Volt YouTube channel, and the usual Indie Volt sites on Facebook. Listen in, won't you? Participate in the chat. Let's have some fun. See you there.
Author Cindy Kep is writing on the edge. Books include Remnant in the Stars, The Loudest Actions, Lines of Succession, Mindstorm, Condemned Courier, the Yerushalayim series, and Animal Eye. Find author Cindy Kep at CKOEPP.com today.
From author Brian K. Morris comes an epic tale of armor forged by a god, a hero forged by courage, and an ancient menace poised to re-emerge and threaten our world. Volcana, Rebirth of the Champion, is available on Amazon.com. Get your copy today.
Thank you for tuning in to Nevermind the Furthermore, a Rising Tide Publications and Brian K. Morris production. Member of the Comic Book Advocating Network and sponsored by GeekInsider.com. Become part of our show with sponsorship and advertising opportunities. For details, contact advertising at GeekInsider.com or visit podcast.geekinsider.com. The Geek Insider podcast is available on your favorite app, so please hit the follow button and share it out to your friends, because if you don't, you might have to turn in your geek card.